I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. F it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. F***ing thing sucks.
In 5.
God damn, Gary. Some serious gourmet shit. What flavor is this? That's right, it's the all-hell medium roast private blend. Check out the Geek Grind Coffee Nerdrotic page for our other options like the Decadent, Feathers of Liberty, vanilla-infused flavored coffee. Or if you're looking for something darker, try the Dark Roast FNT blend of the Fellowship. You know what? Just buy all 3. GeekGrindCoffee.com. Use discount code Nerdrotic.
Not very loud.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Be all right.
Here is a very soft applauding from over here in Houston. Welcome to Friday Night Tights. Oh shit!
I'm here.
It's Critical Drinker.
You know how it happened. I just woke up in your hotel room.
Yeah, and I'm not going to tell you how it happened. All right.
Yeah, he thought he was there for something else, clearly.
Yeah. Well,
maybe that can still happen.
Well,
Oh my goodness.
never know. Wait. No.
The next Disney movie.
I hit the wrong one. No, that's not it. I don't know where my buttons are now. There we go.
That's what she said?
That's what she said.
Or that's what he said.
Oh, wow. Look who just magically got here. We'll introduce you because you're a guest. We introduced you last. We're going to go through this really quick, aside from Az. Hi, Az. How you doing?
He's back from making some massive gains at the gym.
Yes, he what is.
I haven't gone today. I'm off after the show.
He's too busy doing fucking cameo videos.
I am. I actually, do you know something? I am. It's wonderful. I got one to do after the show. I got a birthday request to do after the show. I am a talent. I'm using their terminology. Talentless for me. I am a talent on Cameo now. So if you got a Cameo, look up Hill versus Babyface. I will make you, well, you got to pay me money, but I will make you a custom video of whatever you want to. You want me to roast you? I'll roast you. You want me to be nice to you? I might be difficult, but I'll try. You want me to dump your boyfriend, ask your girlfriend out, or whatever. I've had some really cool requests. I've had a lot of roasting requests. A couple of people might have regretted that.
I've seen it.
I just chose violence with the roasts, and I think I might have destroyed a couple of people's souls. But yes, I'm on Cameo. So if you want a heel versus babyface personalized Cameo video, you can have it so everyone can see on, or you can have a private one where you decide what you do with it. Yeah, go check it out. But it's been busy couple of days. I beat Jonathan Frakes yesterday or the day before.
Oh,
Wow.
fantastic.
I ended up the
Number one.
25th most cameoed person that day on the site.
Damn. Wow.
Who's number one?
I don't know. I've never fucking heard of him.
Oh.
Some Asian
baguette.
person, probably.
Some baguette.
Some K-pop. Some K-popper, probably.
You know, it's just like this guy. Just like it looked like a YouTuber from 15 years ago. You know, it'd be like, "This is Steve Bent," and it'd be like Steve. And his profile picture would be like that, and it'd be like, "I am Steve Bent. I can never get things straight in my head." Just kind of looked like one of those sort of things. And he had like 50, 75 videos or something that day.
Well, so much for getting through the intros fast. Hi, Ryan.
I kind of want to know more about Steve Bent, to be honest with you. But, I'll keep it short. What's going on? Good to be here.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi.
Okay, so let's address the thing on the bed behind Gore, Frank Gore, and Quarterblack.
What?
Looks like something's there.
Talking about?
Who is it?
Did you have an accident with another lady of the night?
Yeah.
You need help disposing of something?
Yeah, you gotta
my-
wait till after the show, guys, and then we'll help you out.
Well, if you put us full screen, you would actually see that it's obvious who it is.
I'll full screen you.
Yeah, it's obvious who it is. It's Cecil.
Oh,
It
Not
all
doing
makes
well.
sense now.
Doing well.
Had a few drinks.
He's not. Yeah, what can you say?
Wanted to let him down.
it's a day that ends in Y for Cecil. That's
There you go.
he roofied himself just like Garrett
Oh,
did in
he brought
Vegas
it
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, hi, Frank Gore and Quarterback Garrett. Oh wow, what's he doing over there?
Did you just touch his butt?
Get on him. Make sure he's
That's his
okay.
ass.
Well, no, actually, well, one second. The eyes are facing
Do
up.
it.
You touched his pee.
It's a head. He's wearing it backwards. He's the other one.
Okay, sure.
All right, hi guys.
Hey.
Yeah, we're having lots of fun at Anime Matsuri. We're massive weebs. We're buying lots of anime and manga.
Can't get enough of that stuff.
Can't get enough.
Hentai.
Got big boobs. I got a mouse pad with nipples on it.
Fuck yeah.
They were
Yeah.
there.
I did a shot today with the glass had boobs on it, so I was very happy with that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
You're coming in, since you're a little further away from the mic, Garrett, you're coming in pretty low when you talk, just so you know.
Yeah.
I know we like to keep our minorities
Yeah.
quiet here. But
How is it now?
is
That's
it better?
We are very.
Just stay there the whole show.
I think we see your nose
Okay,
hair.
we'll
I
do
feel
it.
like I'm FaceTiming my grandma right now.
Where's the button?
I feel like one of Ryan's thumbnails. We are fucked.
Yeah.
Excuse me, like, we're fucked.
They hate him.
Yeah.
They hate him. They can't stand it.
They
This,
can't stand it.
this is bad. This is sad.
It's literally 3 phrases. Just
We have disaster in all capital letters as
I'm
well.
scrolling through my
Yes.
subs and I see Yellow Flash has a, this movie's fucked. It's like, fucked is the new thing.
Oh yeah. Well, if you
Yeah.
messed it a little bit, you can put it in the thumbnail. It's no problem whatsoever. Apparently.
Just need an asterisk. That's it.
Yep, and you
Yep.
go.
Every once in a
You
while,
know you're doing it.
every once in a while, I totally forget to censor it. I would say like once out of every 200 videos, I forget to censor it, and it'll be fine. And then all of a sudden, 12 hours later, it gets like limited monetization. I'm like, what the fuck? This is bullshit.
Yeah.
And I realized, oh, it just says fuck right in my thumbnail.
Oops.
Oopsie doopsie.
Yeah, they demonetized me for DAFAQ. DAFAQ.
Really?
They said it was. Yeah, they said that was. So I was like,
Wow.
They have got it in for you, as
They do.
yes, it's racism.
Comics division. What's up?
Hello, sir. How was the panel? How's Matsuri?
It was fun. It was
Fantastic.
good. We just got back from it. It's been kind of rushing everywhere today, and we still got another thing to rush to afterwards.
Oh, Chrissy's show. Fantastic.
Chrissy's show right after this. Chrissy's not here, obviously, because she's getting ready for her show. Jeremy's not here. Odin's not here. Who else isn't here?
Chad. I think Chad's in the air.
Lizzo's not here.
Chad's
Chad's
the UK. Yeah, so it's just
we had to cancel Lizzo's appearance because of her controversy, so she's not here either.
We did it.
Speaking of YouTube not like being mean to me, I just straight up called her a fat woke bitch like in my video. Like,
did you get demonetized?
No.
Really?
Even in the title, the 2 videos I've made about her, I've just said fat woke pop star Lizzo.
I mean, it's technically accurate.
Oh, maybe she's off the list. Maybe she's not protected anymore.
There you go.
You never know. Hello, Exude.
Hello. I have been playing Baldur's Gate and doing squats. That's my life.
That's a good way to spend your day, I would say.
Yeah. I'm getting fit. I'm gonna be hiking in the mountains in a week and a half, and I'm scared for my life.
Well,
Is
just
Mark going with you?
No, it's just
it'd be tough to drag around with that one leg and all.
It's really heavy. Okay, like really.
I'd say bring a gun, but you live in Canada.
Oh, where I'm going, it's gonna be somewhere in Europe. Location once I am there, just in case. But it's gonna be a long 10 days.
Well, all I can say is Mark is fucked.
Yeah.
Make a video about it, Ryan.
Well,
I literally just made a
she's his
video
wife,
with Brie
though.
Larson saying we are fucked. So.
I just watched it. And welcome all in the chat. We have with us the legend, the myth, the man, the alcoholic. I'm going to take him to a meeting right after this. The critical drinker.
Oh, damn, you're talking about me.
What's up, man?
Oh, it's good to be here, man. This is an unusual way of doing things, isn't it?
It really is. We're kind of crammed into a hotel room corner.
We're super cozy right now.
We're
It's
super
great.
cozy right now, but that's just the way things go. Because I always forget about microphone clamps not fitting around half the tables we travel to. I just got to bring the stands. One of these days, I'll figure it out. But I remembered all my cords this time, so
Yeah, that's a bonus.
Thanks for coming. It's great to meet you in person. It's been tons of fun. It's been weird. Highly organized gets brought up in our theme song, and I think this was the definition of highly organized this weekend.
For the longest time, I thought it was hardly organized, which makes a lot more sense.
It's more hardly organized. It's hardly organized.
Yeah, we showed up at our tables. There was nothing set up for us, nothing ready. And then, we found out that we were doing our FNT panel like an hour or two before it was supposed to be happening. So, it's all good, man.
It's all good. Yeah, I found out when the panel was like a couple days ago, and we tried. It was actually during FNT, and we got them to move it up a little bit. We had almost a full room again. I'd say like about a row of chairs. That was it, and it was tons of fun. You guys have seen the fellowship out there. That was freaking awesome. And it was Nick, Ricada, yours truly, Camelot, Will, Frank Gore, Chrissy Mayer was there dressed up as Sailor Moon. Yep.
Yeah, I saw the pictures floating around on Twitter.
Quarter black Karen.
I didn't even catch that you didn't notice me. That's how used to it I
am.
Wow. And Perry was there. It was a lot of very cool. Yeah, Perry Chan is hanging around. We hung out with him last night. It was fun, but it's been kind of whirlwind because we just got in. We hung out with you. You got off a plane. You were tired. You're probably still tired.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure where I am or what's going on, but just go where I'm told.
It was Canada, back home for a couple days.
Yeah.
Then back here.
Yeah. My body doesn't know where it is, but that's okay. I went to the nearest bar and everything just kind of fell into place.
Very on brand. Very on brand. So yes, this is going to be wow. I can't remember when Friday Night Tights would have been this. It hasn't been this short in a long time. We're only going a couple of half hours tonight. It's been years. Freaking
only going a couple half hours.
An hour. We're going an hour, are we? Okay.
Couple hours and a half hour. That's what I meant to say. I'm American. I'm dumb.
1 hour and 2 half hours.
Whatever. That's That's why I pay you to do my math. Don't have me figure out hours on my own, X-Ray Girl.
Oh my God.
Happen again.
I'm gonna bring out the pie chart soon.
That's right. What should we start with? I think. Can you pull up that Rings of Power thing?
I
just think it's funny. I might be the only one on the on planet Earth who thinks it's fucking hilarious.
Sounds like a great thing to start off a show with.
Well, while people are rolling in, you know. So you remember when Guy Ladriel passed out all the gifts in Fellowship of the Ring? Well, we have some I guess this was cut out of Peter Jackson's some deleted scenes from Fellowship of the Ring.
These are daggers dropped by my men that were slaughtered by an ice troll in the second age, but I do not like to talk of such things. And for you, Legolas, this is a new bow, so that you may kill a troll as quickly as I do. And for Samwise Gamgee, rope forged from the hair of an ice troll that I killed many years ago. And for Frodo, the bottled tears of an ice troll. I don't mention or killed an ice troll in under 10 seconds. Fare thee well, my friends, and may these gifts forged from the body of an ice troll as I killed many years ago in the second age under 10 seconds.
That was great.
She got her money's worth out of that ice troll.
I have to say it was much better that they cut it out. I don't think it was needed.
Well, at least they referred to her killing an ice troll with absolute ease after it just like killed all of her her regiment, whatever.
Yeah.
Her whole squad. And the survivors effed off.
Yeah, you know when they said she was in charge of the Northern armies?
Yeah.
Is that the Northern Army?
That was the Northern Army.
Guys.
So it's 6 guys.
It's a ranging party.
Arranging party. That's right. We got some really good news, guys. I was really deeply concerned that a movie was going to get delayed. And because I have a bet with Dan Vask, I was really concerned about it. But my concerns have been put at ease, gentlemen and chick. The Marvels will be coming out on November 10th. And this is good news for everybody.
Oh, yeah, this is great news for all of us.
Woo! Dodged a bullet there. I mean, I know it takes Dan Vask 17 months to make a song. That's fine. He's got to do all his voice modulate and finding somebody else to sing it for him. But, if he jumps from Peaches to Ken, I'm screwed. So, I need Marvels to come out soon, and hopefully Rings of Power comes out a little sooner too. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. But the Marvels gets promising release date despite delay rumors. And we also heard something from the director we'll get into earlier because it's really some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard. But the fact that this movie's coming out, it was delayed. Are they going to mention it here? It's been delayed 5 times.
I think 3 official times, but yeah.
I was say I thought it was 3.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was supposed to come out. I did a count on it in one of my videos. I found all the announced release dates.
I can't wait to hear what the actual budget of this thing is, which we might not find out till 2025.
Yeah,
but
time for it been reshot. It's like the gigantic turd that they're just trying to hold in, but eventually it's going to have to come out into the world. And
this and Echo.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this one specifically, remember, they had only filmed for 2 months. The first 2 months of filming cost them $130 million. That was the report for this. That was just the first 2 months because of the UK tax return stuff.
Yeah.
Who knows what they spent after that and in the 2 different rounds of reshoots, plus all the post-production stuff. Holy shit.
So what are we wagering here? 300 at this point?
300
I think it'll be
300 million.
I think it'll be reported as 250 million.
Yep.
Or 225 or something. And in actuality, they're probably going to spend 350 million on it, they did Doctor Strange, and get their $50 million tax credit.
Damn.
Wow.
That's right, because they shot this in the UK, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and we'll find out. We'll eventually find out Either way, I would think the bigger prediction is like, what does this do globally? Because I think 400 million.
Yeah, if this near 500 million, I'll be surprised.
I'd be shocked.
Yeah, I'd say 500 being the top. I don't think we'll reach that though.
I think
I don't know. I really just don't know.
Well,
Ant-Man, I would look at Ant-Man and be like, it seems to me like it's going to be probably in the same realm as Ant-Man, which made what 450 worldwide. I just can't see it doing too much more than that. But who knows? Maybe they'll use that Barbie marketing strategy.
I mean, this is what I wondered, yeah, because the problem is, right, Barbie succeeded because it was marketed unapologetically to women. You know,
yes.
It was feminine, it was all that stuff. This is just another superhero movie that's generally going to be appealing to a male audience. Like, that's the superhero audience, but they're trying to bend it around like feminism and female empowerment. It's never worked financially, and I don't imagine it's going to in this case either.
Well, I mean, if you based off the numbers from the original Marvels, the majority of the people that saw, Captain Marvel, the majority of the people who saw it were men. So I don't see there being any difference here.
And this is not the same MCU that we were dealing with 4 years ago.
No.
This is a planned decline.
Didn't the director basically say that this movie's fucking retarded?
No. They said that it stands apart from all the other Marvel movies because this one's a little bit silly and wacky.
Right,
it's like, what the fuck have you been watching for a decade and a half?
So it's going to be fucking retarded, and they're saying, "Hey, look, we meant it to be retarded."
Because Marvel has been so serious lately. Well, they did try to get serious with Secret Invasion.
Bro, there's a fucking quote from Chris Hemsworth about why, like, he's like, I think we got a little too silly in Thor: Love and Thunder. The actor came out and said that, but you're saying it's just like the same way it's groundbreaking to have a fucking female superhero. It's groundbreaking that you're being silly and wacky in this dog shit movie.
Part of what we do here on YouTube is state the obvious. I doubt. What's the director's name? DaCosta?
Nia DaCosta.
Nia DaCosta. I doubt she's ever watched a full Marvel film. I doubt it.
Captain
I'd
Marvel.
be willing to bet.
Well, I doubt she picked up a comic book. That's for sure.
Well, it's funny. Is Secret Invasion, the people who made that didn't watch Captain Marvel, and I don't blame them because it sucked. But they didn't watch Captain Marvel either. And Secret Invasion leads into this movie, which is hilarious. But Secret Invasion gave us like the personification of the MCU with Emilia Clarke and Drax's arm.
Oh God.
Yeah. that's where that's a picture just describes the MCU perfectly. It's appropriating a dude's arm. His whack off arm too.
I mean, that dude, every other Avenger, all of their powers she now has.
Yeah, this is like, honestly, when you're playing games like this with your friends as kids, right? And then like someone's asshole little brother comes in and he's like, yeah, well, my character's just got everyone's powers, so he's all okay, sure, I guess.
Oh God. And we'll never see her again. They'll probably just forget about this character and just sideline her. Yeah, we got
this. They kind of need to if they want to actually have their universe
because it was
taken serious.
All you have to do is go get Emilia Clarke on the space station down here.
It's fine. We got her taken care of it now.
Somebody get Khaleesi on speed dial.
Khaleesi on speed dial.
Poor Emilia Clarke. She just can't catch a break when it comes to these roles.
No.
There's typecast, and then it's just being wrongly cast in everything, and that's Emilia Clarke.
Terminator Genesis, Game of Thrones,
Solo.
Solo.
Yeah.
Lost money.
And I like I like Emilia Clarke. I think she's sweet. I think she's funny. And I don't mind her as an actress, but everything she's in is like this. Like they just keep putting her in this shit.
Didn't she like do some cringe comic book that had something about armpit hair and females?
She did,
yeah,
she did.
Oh, I heard about that.
Right.
It must have sold incredibly because no one's heard of it.
Incredibly poorly.
The comic book industry, it's awesome.
It's doing great. Well, I mean, that's the one thing you notice about Anime Matsuri here, especially coming straight from Comic-Con. Chris Gore, audience is a little younger here. It's I am Chris and I are by far the oldest fuckers here.
Did you hear what the mainstream industry were the mainstream industry have been talking about the biggest independent comic out there, which shocked me. Now, it just so happens that they think it's Sean Gordon Murphy's plot holes.
Oh, really?
What?
But okay, never mind. I guess.
How much money did it make?
About 250,000.
That's it.
That's a little less than what Eric made.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean that wasn't that even funded before the first ISOM was funded, which did 3.6 million. Yeah. And now he's done another 2.1, nearly 2.2 million with ISOM 2. He's knocking at the door of 6 million with those 2 comics. But Sean Gordon Murphy's lackluster plot holes Indiegogo is the mainstream media independent comic book of the year, darling. And I've got nothing against Sean Gordon Murphy. But
it's a terrible
industry.
Does it actually say like independent comic, or is it like crowdfunded?
Oh, this is mainstream media discussing independent comics.
Okay.
At San Diego Comic-Con, apparently the independent comic discussion was all Sean Gordon Murphy's plot holes, which is just like, wait a minute, Eric July was even at San Diego Comic-Con, and from what I could gather, you'd be hard pressed to even get to his table. It just shows how disingenuous the industry is. It shows how affected the media is still surrounding it. This isn't an industry that's ever going to repair itself. It's dead.
It's pride that won't let them do it. We talked about this on the panel, but again, like I was, after Drinker went home, Melissa and I were walking back, and I'm like, you know what? We're fucking old here. We are the oldest people here by far. And this is like, if you want like anecdotal evidence of a giant crowd going to a convention, that's the average age of between 18 and 25, your primary demographic. Yeah, a lot of them are dudes dressed in French maid outfits, and that's another problem for another day. But
that's just Chris Gore.
Yeah, that's true. No, but I mean they lost the generation. They're aging out. It's aging out. So that's why it wasn't rocket science for any of us to guess that something like the Marvels was going to not only fail, it's going to fail miserably. It's going to be peak MCU, and it's going to Disney will have to. They're already started, by the way. Disney Marvel has started the change. But it's not. We're not going to see it for years, and I don't know if they'll even last long enough to be able to change. But the change is coming because, even they knew Echo was shit, right? The reason they're dropping Echo all at once is because they couldn't cancel it. They couldn't do anything with it. They had to put it out, so they're dropping it all at once. They know Marvel's is going to be shit. They've been kicking this can down the road forever, and they can't kick it down any further. And you know what? Chances are the strike will be going on, and I know many have jested, including Drinker, Ryan, and Az, that it'll probably benefit the film if the actors aren't there. And you're not wrong. I mean, it's a joke, but it's also really true. Like, if Brie is not on the red carpet, it'll help this movie. I would say it might have helped the last 2 movies that came out. I think Barbie was going to do well anyway. But the fact that, nobody's out there talking about it and it's just doing its own thing, certainly helping it. Absolutely. In the meantime, we got, Renee Zegler.
Yeah.
Rachel Zegler.
Rachel Zegler.
What the fuck?
You want to say Renee Zellweger?
I do. There was a compilation put up of just the shit she said, and this stuff is just resurfacing now.
She's dumb.
Man, she is like, the movie was dead anyway, but she's killing it really dead. So
there was clearly talking points for her at D23. Was that back in like September, October, whatever? Yeah. Like her and Gal Gadot, every interview they did, they said the same exact thing about what their message was surrounding this isn't 1937. Yeah, we need to update it for a modern day. Like they just repeated that stuff over and over again. And she is quickly becoming the queen of insufferable when it comes to these Hollywood actresses.
Taking it away from Brie. Your girl Brie has lost her crown, right?
I made her give it away. Let's get it straight.
Give it away. So the Marvels is coming out on November 10th. It's going to fail. It's going to fail miserably. It's marked on my calendar many times. In the Q3 earnings presentation. Oh, by the way, Disney's Q3 earnings is kind of lackluster. I mean, somebody did bring up the flops, and Bob did say that they're going to spend less money, but they're not going to produce less content.
Well, that's funny. He said that they're going to focus on quality over quantity now.
Yeah. He also said, despite many people cutting the cords, which means fewer people watching linear ESPN, fewer people were watching it more.
What?
That's a good thing.
And that's a good thing.
I mean, that's what their goal is with Disney Plus. They're like, hey, we have fewer people watching, but we're just going to charge you more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be honest, they were a little bit upfront about what they were trying to do. We've talked about it a lot on this show. I've talked a lot about on this show how they made such a mistake going all in on streaming because they don't have the ad revenue that they used to have with linear cable. Now their ad revenue is completely dying off, and they're replacing it with this, $7.99 a month, $10.99 a month subscription service. But that's not nearly as much. They're not making nearly as much off that. So they are desperate to get people to sign up for the ad-based tier. They would rather you pay $7 a month to get the ad-based tier so they can make money from advertisers, because they'll get more money than having you pay $15 for it. The problem is people don't want to do that on a streaming service. So they keep raising these prices, which isn't actually helping them that much. No. And people aren't doing what they want them to do, which is sign up for the ad-based tiers.
Yeah, and if you keep raising it, you've just essentially got another cable service for all intents and purposes. This is why Rachel Zegler, when she came out saying, I should be paid for every minute that my movie is streamed online. You don't clearly understand the economics of how a streaming service works. It doesn't generate revenue like that.
Well, actors, they're not exactly known for their intelligence.
No.
So.
What?
Well, as Ryan was saying, that's why a lot of this fan baiting shit and the stupid shit they say, and this is not to absolve them of guilt. They're repeating it. They're saying it. And whether they're fed, a marketing department can feed you something. You can go, I'm not going to fucking say that. That's stupid. That's gonna insult the fans. Why don't we say something a little more respectful? But they're completely okay with being handed some notes and just repeating them. Do they give them thought? Probably not. Probably not. Gal Gadot, I don't think she's thinking philosophically about what she's saying when she said she doesn't get saved by the prince over and over again. But that's what Hollywood has been over the last 5 years. And maybe they'll get a little preview of what it's like if they just shut the fuck up. I'm not saying it's going to help.
Well, the irony behind it, too, is I know that with Disney, you get a more sanitized version of Snow White, but she was technically never really saved by the prince in the actual story itself. I mean, she was already dead, and they were basically carrying her back to the castle to go and bury her.
Prince bought her, didn't he?
Nobody thinks about Snow White that much, except for intersectionalists who go, oh my God, this is just pushing the patriarchy. Tell me we don't want the patriarchy. It's called his story. It's like, fuck off. Okay, it's just a story. It's from the 1900s. It's a fairy tale. And if you need to subvert this to the point where one actor who was probably drunk at the time, Peter Dinklage, complained about dwarves and then kicked the ladder out from behind him, by the way, and pissed off every dwarf in Hollywood. And they recast the whole thing on a knee-jerk thing. That's how dumb this company is. They're so scared. They are so fucking scared of their audience.
What they're doing as well, they're not even making use of the elements that the story gives them. Okay, if you've got a young prince and princess who are supposed to fall in love in the original story, and you're determined not to do that because that's, again, the patriarchy. You've got a woman who's getting defined by her love for a man. What's the point in even having a prince in it if you're not going to do anything with him? This is the problem that they create for themselves. They take all the elements that made the original movie such a classic story, but they refuse to use them in the way they were meant to be used. And so you just get this weird Frankenstein's monster of a film where you've got a bunch of elements stuck together that don't work.
That's the thing that's funny about it is they actually did remove the prince from the story. They just added some other guy that's going to be, I don't know, her friend.
His name is Jonathan, and he's the leader of the bandits. Give him some respect, you son of a bitch.
Be her gay friend.
Unthreatening male sidekick.
Yes,
that's what you're going to get there.
Yeah,
it's
friend zone number one.
Friend zone. Yeah. Well, he might be fine with that if you know what I'm saying.
Look at the Little Mermaid, right, where you have Prince Eric, who essentially doesn't even get to do anything in the finale of the movie. He just gets
completely neutered,
ropes, and Ariel has to save the day. Again, why is he even there then?
What about the 7 Portland baristas? They're that whole thing is a disaster. I think it looks terrible.
So
I think it's going to go direct to Disney Plus. I really think this will not get a theatrical release. It's too expensive to release movies to theaters. This movie is going to go direct to Disney Plus quietly.
It needs to come out in theaters. That way they can lose the money.
The reason I don't think that they can do that is just optics. Even if that would save them money, which I'm not sure if it would, like, because it costs money to put movies out in theaters, but at the same time, you can recoup some of, you might not lose as much money if you do put it out. That's a question, right? But because of the optics of bringing them out there and being, look, we're being so diverse. Look at Halle Bailey, our Black Little Mermaid. Look at Rachel Zegler, our Latina Snow White. Aren't we amazing? To then pull the rug out from under that person and like put their shit on Disney Plus, that ain't gonna fly, because you know that bitch ain't gonna shut up about that. She would come, like, you hire activists like that, they're gonna come out and speak. That's exactly what Rachel Zegler would do.
Unless they swat her with money or something like that.
But yeah, once it's in movie theaters and it flops, there's no hiding from it.
Nope.
Like
Scarlett
they're not
Johansson
gonna be able to fudge the numbers there.
Disney because of that, because of her contract and how those things. So yeah, I think you're right.
But at a certain point, I think Disney just needs to take the Rapinoe and call it a day.
They missed the goal.
That's got to be a thing in Urban Dictionary. I'm trying to someone
Polo Rapino.
I pulled a Rapino. I totally
It's tough to know what pulling a Rapino would be, because that could just be being an ultra woke, turbo feminist piece of shit. It could be choking, a lot of things. So we'll have to figure out what that means.
It could be being called a lesbian and arresting a 16-year-old autistic girl. It could be that too.
Oh my God.
That
was screwed up.
That was fucked up. Oh no, we don't want to put that one in there. That's not what we want to do. Good God. Hang on, I'm trying to get you a link.
Oh, okay.
We have
man, she's just a gold mine of dumb takes, isn't she?
Yeah, just a compilation of her takes right there.
I believe the word you're looking for is a woman.
Let's keep going with that.
Oh no.
All right.
This is
Tugs shared this. Thanks, Tugs.
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird. So we didn't do that this time. Cast a guy in the movie.
Holy shit.
Great dude.
I like how she's drawn breasts onto herself.
Yeah, it's like Snow Maiden the mastectomy, you know.
Of an iconic Disney princess, I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed online.
He is so LA.
She's like AOC, who if AOC was in the film industry.
It's entitlement crazy eyes. Look at that.
Wait, that is peak crazy.
Listen to me.
12 hours in a dress. Of course, I should be compensated for every single minute.
I can fix
It's like
her.
Rachel's right here.
You can fix her, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, Ryan. She's like 4 foot nothing.
Can you scroll back a little bit to the one she's scared, or just keep going from there, I guess, maybe.
Right here.
Let it play. Yeah, the next clip, I think it says she's scared of Snow White. Let's see what it says.
18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess. I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is.
No, you don't. You deserve to shut the fuck up.
Jesus.
This part.
Yeah.
All right.
Online. I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I.
Well, that's because you're a fucking vagina.
Like,
you're a
I'm being
massive
so-
fucking vagina.
Why?
So this is what I don't understand, I guess.
Right.
Because very famously, it wasn't that long ago, right, that Rachel Zegler tweeted out that picture of her. Like, I'm looking for it now. She tweeted out a picture of her in Snow White shit. Do you guys remember that? Where it's like,
No.
I'm not going to listen to the hate. I just want everybody to know that anyone can be a fucking princess or whatever the hell she put out there.
Now,
Here it
does she
is.
Explain what she means by afraid, because like maybe she was afraid by the witch or something.
The witch was pretty scary, you know.
Maybe
Does
she
she
was
know?
scared. She was scared of a man stalking her or whatever. Like, I leave these with you. I leave you with these photos. I hope every child knows they can always be a princess no matter what. It's her as Snow White. She said she only watched the movie once. She was fucking scared of it. She's dressing up as it. And also, by the way, you stupid, dumb cunt, if you're trying to say that we need representation for everyone to see themselves in these characters, clearly you didn't need that for Snow White. So I guess people don't need it now either.
Mic drop.
Mic drop. We'll go back to the video because let her finish that after showing those pictures.
Up again. Like, I'm being so serious. I watched it once and then I went on the ride in Disney World, which was called Snow White's Scary Adventures. Doesn't sound like something a little kid would like. Was terrified of it. Never revisited Snow White again. So I watched it for the first time in probably 16, 17 years when I was doing this film. It's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be.
Getting a
And the
career.
leader that her late father told
Her career.
Leader.
Fucking leader.
You know, the people
General Snow White.
The people that
Jesus.
power are the
He already
ones
tried that.
the ones least qualified to wield it. It's funny how like that doesn't seem to be a thing animore. We don't seem to have learned from that.
Commander Galadriel, General Leia.
They did that with the Snow White.
What the
The chick from Twilight. They did a Snow White with the chick from Twilight.
Oh,
She was riding a horse with armor and the sword and shit. It didn't work then. Not gonna work now.
Yep, that was terrible. I remember that.
Well, this film, by the way, this film, right, is going to be, I think, potentially the biggest flop of all of them.
Yeah.
Because this is what happens when you get a young, dumb, retarded bint who fucking thinks she's something she isn't, who doesn't understand what timeless classic means, doesn't understand that a story that tests the test of time is because it's regardless of sex, gender, color, racial aspect, none of it. It's about thematics, about the themes of that fucking show, of that film, or whatever it is. And those themes live on because the regular normal person, the person who has an IQ above fucking 6, unlike this twat waffle here, understand that things like falling in love, getting a family, trying to better yourself, working together, things like that are more important than intersectionality, color, gender, superficiality, because the world's not stupid, unlike California bubble fucks here.
No,
like
they're
these
trying to
lot.
make it stupid.
No, that's it. They're so in their fucking bubble. They think California is the world. California is exactly the antithesis of the fucking regular planet. You couldn't go to a crazier fucking place if you tried. You go out. You come fucking Yorkshire, Gary. When you come up and see me, and you're in fucking West Yorkshire, mate, and I take you around West Yorkshire, you're gonna think you're in a fucking movie from 50 years ago. You're gonna see people who are white. You're gonna see people who are brown walking around. And do you know what you're not gonna see? You're not gonna see any fucking riots on the street. You're not gonna see any shit on the fucking pavements and sidewalks. You're not gonna see people crossing the street from one another because they're scared of the fucking color of them or anything like that. You're gonna see a regular fucking world existing. And
You guys
California,
have different
Hollywood-
water fountains or anything, or
Oh no, we don't let them use them.
no?
How to use water
I was when I do go over there, I plan to go to every cop and call them a lesbian. That's my plan.
Well, it's West Yorkshire, so there's a good possibility you will get arrested.
Talking about this movie though, right? Disparu had a really good response to this, and it was talking about the 1937 quote, where she's like, it's not like 1937 anymore, and like this movie needs to be updated to make it more acceptable for modern audiences. He just pointed out, well, that movie has been beloved by entire generations of people, and it's still regarded as a classic of animation now. Your movie is going to be forgotten within a year. You're nothing more than a child wearing their parents' clothes.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, that's a deep cut. And I think a year is generous, man. Give it like 3 months and it'll be forgotten.
Oh yeah, I'm. You know what? With the strike and everything that's going on, I wouldn't put it past them and put it on Disney Plus. Now they have deals made, but like a lot of deals are being shredded right now. By the way, just to point out, the last strike in 2008 was over by now. They haven't talked.
Like
we're at 102 days.
102 days.
Wow.
They were talking about the end of the year, weren't they?
Yeah.
I think that's going to
So that's why every actor interview over the last 6 months is now going to be gone over with a fine-tooth comb. And it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad because there's a lot more out there. We don't catch it all, you know. It's not like a Pokemon. We don't catch it all.
I think that I talked about it a little bit today on the G&G stream, but there's a big difference between that strike in 07, 08 and this strike. In that strike, I remember people like wanting the actors to get back to work, wanting their shows to start again, like craving that stuff back in their lives. That is not happening. Nobody gives a fuck about this strike right now.
No public pressure. Ryan, you're right. And I saw your video today and you're absolutely right. Like back in the day, people were like, fucking heroes. I'll like get back. Let's do this. You know, because we gave a shit and we didn't like overall hate Hollywood. Different story now, baby. Like it is. They have done this to themselves. And as you brought up in your video, Gundam tweeted out yesterday, you know, paraphrasing, but it was just another guy pointing out, like, I guess he was an oil worker, right? And he's all, oh, the writers are on strike. I just remember back when everybody on my oil field was sent home and we were told to find other work somewhere. And we were told daily by movie stars and writers to stay home and observe the authoritarianism of our government, particularly with California. I was right there when gyms were closed, restaurants were closed, everything was fucking closed. Remember that woman who Chris, you know what I'm talking, the one from the restaurant where they closed her restaurant. She went outside, so she did the outdoor thing.
I know.
Pineapple Hill Saloon.
Yes, and then they made her shut that down so they could have a fucking catering event for a Hollywood production.
Yes.
In front of
By
her.
the way, Chrissy Mayer is performing there in September. I got tickets. I'm going.
That's awesome. Yeah, that really summed up what it was like. I mean, I went to the gym in a fucking tent while they were pretending away. My wife lost her business while they were pretending away. You know, like nobody has any sympathy for you. Fucking work it out or not. No, nobody cares. I think my poll was like, I said, do you care if anybody's at strike in Hollywood? It's like 97% said just stay on strike. Fuck you. You know, and it's been their attitude, you know, and it's not everybody, but you know, it's the culture, as they like to say. It's the culture. The culture of Hollywood is shit. So it needs to change, and it will. Now it's going to change whether they fucking like it or not. This is not a strike, it's a purge. And it's got months to go, and nobody cares. Good.
No, nobody. Do you know why nobody cares? Not just because of the shit that's coming out is dog shit, but also because there was a little thing just a few years ago. There was a little cold that went around, got a few people fucking wound up, and their industry had no problem with throwing people into the fucking streets with no job, no work, no nothing, because they wouldn't put a fucking piece of poison in their fucking body.
Oh yeah.
And now they're turning around and going, I can't live. I have to sell my house. That you know, fucking ridiculous fairy godmother twat.
Welcome to the real world.
No, if that guy's selling his house, it's not because of the strike.
Is that a real story? Did he? I mean,
you know, adult pretenders,
he's
mate.
worth a few million. I know, but like, who knows? That's the thing, is they're all full of shit. So when you see even that Snow White stuff, you know, like she's full of shit. She's just fucking repeating what the marketing department says. But I don't know if like, did he really have to sell his house?
It's probably his summer home and not his primary one.
Probably, and he probably does live paycheck to paycheck, you know, being worth $5 million, which is, I mean, that's on him. That's not anybody else's fault. That's not a strike's fault. That's personal responsibility, but I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
They're saying to us, care for us, support us. So, and they can quite happily just throw their own off the roof in Saudi Arabia, which is essentially what they do. They can. So you want us to support? No, go fuck yourself. You get what you fucking deserve. Sort it out yourself. We don't care. I chose violence today.
You did.
I care more. Like I care more about the fact that these are the same people who were trying to convince the world, even were paid at some point to advertise people taking a certain jab or to do the lockdowns or whatever. These are the very same people that did that. They didn't give a fuck when people were losing their businesses. They didn't give a shit when regular people were losing their homes. They didn't care about any of that. And in fact, this is the industry that got to break all the rules through that.
Yep.
When I was still living in California, in San Diego, California, and a lot of shit was shut down. Of course, not the businesses I went to, because a lot of those people said, we don't give a fuck. We're going to open the gym and we're going to put plywood over it so the cops can't see in here. You guys can still go to the gym. Go find businesses like that. But anyway, Hollywood, they got to keep going. They got to do all these things where everyone else had to shut down and lose their entire lives. So we're supposed to care that because some fucking idiot actor who's constantly preaching about politics, who's constantly bitching about Trump, all this stuff, we're supposed to care that this dude went 30 days without a job and now has to sell his multi-million-dollar house? Go fuck yourself, bitch. Who cares?
Yeah, it's really tone deaf. And that is that's the perception of Hollywood right now. The general perception, not favorable. You did it to yourselves. There's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of reasons for that. You don't really, Hollywood doesn't do themselves any favors when it comes to certain issues, when it comes to kids. And they don't try to dispel any of these rumors or clap back. As a matter of fact, they do the exact opposite. You know, we have giant corporations like Disney, the family brand, going directly against the family. Yeah, they're not going to get a lot of sympathy right now, especially in California, as Ryan just said. Never forget what they did. They got to pretend. It is hard to put that into perspective. They got to pretend through a fucking pandemic. California was the last state to officially reopen after COVID. That was 18 months ago. Just over a year. It's not that long. California was fucking awful. Now people want that jackass as a president. Good luck with that. If you want the entire country to look like fucking California, vote for that dipshit.
Rather than chicken in every pub, you shit on every street.
Fuck. But yeah, it was just it was hard to believe. It was hard to see, and that's why I fucking left. Because it was just fucking terrible. And it's worse. It's so much worse now. It is so much worse. Like the San Francisco I was in 2019 is about 1,000 times worse than it was 3 years ago. It's fucking bad. I don't look forward to go. It's a lost city. It's in a doom loop. But we need to feel sorry for Hollywood when they sell their $5 million mansions. Boo fucking who.
Because these people, they don't care until they're actually affected by the problem, right? It's the reason why they didn't give a shit during the pandemic is because they weren't affected by it. Now they're completely affected by the strike, and they're like, oh, poor us. Go get yourself fucked.
Do you know what they need to do?
What's
they
that?
need to learn to code.
Yes, they do.
And cope. Also cope.
I agree. Hey, could you find what's that? Oh, is there more? Is there more of really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is from 2019. Oh, this is Rachel Zegler doing AOC.
No.
Oh, no.
So you won't take down lies or you will take down lies? I think that's just a pretty simple yes or no. So you won't take down lies?
So maybe my best costume yet at AOC.
It is also like important to note, I think Rachel Zegler's 22 years old.
Yeah,
she's so young and speaks so authoritatively about everything.
She has no experience in life.
So 2000, she could have been 18 years old there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I don't want to go in too hard against her with all this stuff because it's like she's suddenly been plucked from relative obscurity and put in front of the world. And people at that age say a lot of dumb shit. I'm sure we all do.
Absolutely.
And it's a shame because I know this is going to have like repercussions for her further down the line.
She has a manager. She has an agent. There's a team of marketing people around her who could go, you know what?
Maybe you should shut up.
But they're actually the ones prompting her.
Encouraging her. Yeah, they're probably encouraging her.
Favors.
Let them run headlong into the swords. Just let them run headlong into them. I don't care.
Well,
I don't fucking care.
I did stupid shit when I was 22.
She'll learn.
Real stupid shit. She will learn. She will learn.
Yeah, but it's slightly different.
Yeah,
like you said, it's slightly different. This is an industry that has handlers for this sort of business. This is an industry that doesn't take, that can put you back into check. You can say something dumb, but then your handlers can be like, ooh, yeah. Look, we're trying to get a movie sold here. This is divisive stuff. You need to reel back on this. Just stick to the line. Just stick to. But
what's wrong with like Snow White's a really fun movie, and I can't wait for y'all to see it.
Because that's not what they're interested in.
as much as critical as we were the Little Mermaid movie and all that bullshit and some of the interviews that took place before that, Halle Bailey didn't come out on social media and constantly snipe at people. Like, she just didn't. She stayed relatively quiet for most of that stuff. Now, of course, there's interviews and people asking, I really am looking forward to people seeing this. She said all that shit. But in terms of, because even after that one thing from her at the SAG or at the actors strike, whatever it was, even her at that thing, she had to respond on social media. She's constantly subtweeting and talking and things very publicly about it. She can't keep her mouth fucking shut.
Oh, well. Actually, girl, speaking of not being able to keep your mouth shut.
Okay.
Is that a banana joke?
Go to my tweet about with Damon Lindelof. Damon Lindelof.
Matt Damon Targaryen.
Right?
Probably one of the worst shows I've ever seen is Watchmen. Like,
oh god, yeah.
Without a doubt, one of the worst shows I've ever seen. One of the most, like, you want to talk about, they tried to subvert the subversion. They tried to subvert the subversion, which didn't make any sense. But it was written by this guy on the right, the dopey looking guy who looks like he was best friends with Jar Jar Abrams, because he was. This is what he had to say. He was talking about the strike, blah, blah, blah. But here's the funny part.
Justin and I wrote a Star Wars movie together. Yeah, we did. Picketing Disney is more fun.
Oh, it's a delight.
We'll say that.
Strike the Empire back, baby.
Justin and I wrote a Star Wars movie.
Jay Longbone said that guy was striking a lot of people's backs.
Oh,
so,
yeah, I bet it was.
So David Lindelof and Justin Britt Gibson, I think that's his name, they are the ones who were writing the Star Wars Rey movie before they just got summarily fired by Lucasfilm and replaced. So they just get kicked out the fucking door. Now they come out picking outside Disney and like, hey, this is more fun than writing a Star Wars movie.
and I agree with you, Ryan. It's probably true. I mean, it's probably like 100% true.
I especially agree it's true when you have a net worth of around $40 million like Damon Lindelof does, and you're going out for an hour to pretend like you're standing with all these cat food eating losers out there that you actually give a fuck about them. I'm sure that is more fun than writing a Star Wars movie.
They left right after that was clipped, and they're like, okay, can we get out of here? Let's go get some shawarma or whatever.
Yeah, they get like hustled straight to their limo. All right, get us out of here.
Done picking for the day. Woo! 40 minutes. So hard.
Back to my mansion.
Stephen Amell doing his penance today.
What was that?
What? Stephen Amell, remember the comments came out about a week ago?
Yeah.
Where like a con or something somewhere, he said, I think the strike is, I stand with my brothers and sisters in the union, but I think that striking is ineffective. I don't think it should happen, blah, blah, blah. He got torched for that. And as we've seen, you step out of line with your union, they'll find a way to make you crawl back in. He was on the picket lines today.
Wow.
There's a picture of him out there from the picket line photo op.
Did he have like a 15 minutes of shame when he first showed up? Just people like pelting him with eggs and shit.
But that's just another thing. When I see all these bigger celebs there, I'm not thinking to myself, oh, they're there for solidarity of their workers. All I'm thinking of is their managers are telling them, this is great photo op for you. This is great exposure for you. This is going to really kind of like rocket you.
So you can be on the right side of history.
That's exactly. That's exactly all I see. I just see rich people who don't ever have to work again in their lives if they don't want to, taking advantage again of an opportunity, a publicity stunt opportunity to get their face out there once again and entrench them even further.
More fake shit.
Oh, it is
more fake stuff. Oh God, this is sad. I see it, Ryan.
There he is.
Oh, he's dying inside.
Oh yeah.
Got one of those brand new shirts.
It is
brand new, fresh shirts. Stephen Amell and the SAG after
everything. Goodness.
That guy next to him looks like a bit of a sag.
Is it a guy?
What a shame walk.
That is a shame walk. Oh, Stephen Amell, they caught you. Oh.
I like how they just grabbed like a fucking, basically a wrapping paper tube to put the sign on.
Yeah.
They're really struggling right now.
They must be. They must be. Well, they're going to be really struggling in a couple months. So this thing's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it goes on for at least another week with the Film Actors Guild, right? As it's got to go on for at least another week, maybe 2.
Keep going.
You have no idea what I'm talking about.
No.
Even though
Blue Beetle.
Ah, thank you. Not Blue Beetle, no. But
I can't wait for that. I can't wait for Blue Beetle. I can't wait.
Blue Beetle's in oh my god, it's in
Next week.
7 days.
It's next week.
Oh my god. It's like that movie is just gonna sink without a trace.
Yeah.
Like the most generic, forgettable, pointless superhero movie, that's probably gonna be it.
Well, and that's kind of superhero fatigue too.
Oh yeah.
But it's for the Hispanic audience. They're so excited for it.
Let them go see it then.
The thing is, the Hispanic audience does like fucking overrepresent and come out like more than sometimes it projects to, but not necessarily for movies that are just pandering to them like this.
Yeah.
It's like for shit like Sound of Freedom that really like represents their values and shit like that. Not for a random movie that's like, hey, do you see how Mexican it is?
I know.
That's just it. They'll complain. They'll be like, "Oh, this white director did this film about brown culture, and we should be doing it." And then you give it to them, and then you just go. All you go is you get the first scene. It's just all tacos, family tacos. It's just like you're being even more fucking generic and stereotypical than fucking white dudes doing it. Oh, this is our culture.
No, it's like that DC comic cover where they had the guy with the tamales.
Yeah, that was Blue Beetle.
Kyle Rayner. Was that Kyle Rayner with the?
Oh yeah, you're right. It was Kyle Rayner had that. Blue Beetle had tacos or burritos or something. He was in there.
Kyle Rayner had a fucking plastic fucking carrier bag.
Bane had flan. He had Mexican cake. Whatever.
Where's the sombrero? They didn't have a sombrero and some maracas or something?
No.
Might as well have.
Maybe Mexican
Missed
Iron Man.
opportunity.
Speaking of Mexican culture, Taco Bell is giving away Doritos Locos Tacos, I think, every Tuesday for a week or something. Holy shit. Amazing. Shout out to the real Mexicans out there.
We got to go.
I'll skip
Tuesday.
it. Thank you.
Tuesday.
Yeah, Blue Beetle gonna flop next week. Can't wait to talk about it.
Yay.
Hey, I heard the reviews are fantastic, Ryan. I heard the reviews are just fantastic for Blue Beetle.
Is it a triumph, Gary?
This saved lives.
I heard that every paid reviewer has said it's amazing so far.
Yeah.
I heard James Gunn said it's the best superhero film that he's.
It's the Flash.
Since the last one.
Since the Flash.
Since the Flash.
Crying at it.
Yes, he did. Oh, Kevin's just gonna cry at this one. He's gonna cry at this one. You know, he didn't cry. He criticized Indiana Jones.
What?
Yeah,
Kevin Smith?
Yeah, he
Kevin
did.
Smith criticized an establishment movie.
Yes, he did.
Wow.
Shit.
Crazy.
Well, I guess he's allowed to now, just like the media.
It's safe.
Yeah, it's a safe choice.
It's a safe choice. Blue Beetle isn't safe. Although,
No.
is he or is he not going to be a character in James Gunn's universe now? I mean, maybe about as much as Wonder Woman 3 is going to be made.
Bro, like,
dude,
old DC, same as the new.
Yes,
it's. I don't know what the fuck is going on there, but the fact that you've had so much disinformation, misinformation, different camps saying different things, like getting out publicly, is wild to me. Gal Gadot has gone out and said multiple interviews. I don't think she's making it up. I don't think she's lying about this. She said, when asked about Wonder Woman, she's like, well, you know, actually, even though Patty left, James Gunn and Peter Safran, they sat down with me and they said, don't worry, this project's in good hands. We want to do Wonder Woman 3 with you. We love you as Wonder Woman. Like, and then you have these leaks out of Warner Brothers. It's like, oh, by the way, this is never fucking happening. You're like, what is going on?
They cavilled her. They cavilled her. She was lured into the cavil trap. 2 of them, and even Ben Affleck. Even Ben Affleck, remember, turned around and said, "No, James Gunn and I have not discussed directing a project, and I won't be directing a project. Thanks very much." You know, it's just, James Gunn is not coming off well at all.
Even Air was saying that they're going to release the Air cut of Suicide Squad at some point. He was out on Twitter saying that. I mean, it's ridiculous.
It's wild, and the reality is, if you're gonna get rid of Henry Cavill, you got to go full reboot. You got to change everything. Can't bring Jason Momoa back as Aquaman. Can't bring Gal back. You got to fucking reboot everything. Not everything except whatever projects your fucking wife is in. Not everything except whatever movie you directed or show you directed. You have to reboot everything, or else it's not going to feel right. Or else whoever you did keep around, people are going to still ask the question, why the fuck did you get rid of Henry Cavill? So even though I like Gal as Wonder Woman, I don't like some of her appearances or whatever, especially Wonder Woman 84, dog shit movie. But I like her as Wonder Woman. But she can't be in there if Henry Cavill's gone.
Well, either do a proper reboot or don't do it at all.
They were trying to step in and be like, we're trying to placate the audience before from the Zack Snyderverse and the people that like that, and then we're also going to do something new. He should have just said, look, the next 3 movies are still part of that universe, and that is it. And then we're going to start a new universe. They're already a new universe.
But then it should have ended with the Flash, and the Flash should have led into the DCEU.
Even with all that, even if they didn't do it, like they're still trapped by they just can't be fucking honest. Just go, hey, we're rebooting it. These movies are it. Like you said,
this is the problem. Is that they try to fix things on the fly while they've still got a bunch of other projects that are half completed, and you never get the complete reboot that you need. You never get the complete clearing of house that you need to try and fix things.
Some things never change.
Yeah, everything's just half measures, and honestly, at this point, who fucking cares? Like the whole genre is going down the tubes anyway. People just aren't interested anymore. You're certainly not going to get people excited about Creature Commandos or whatever shit that you're making.
And let's keep in mind, like Warner Brothers could have made a cinematic universe whenever the fuck they wanted for the last 30 fucking years. They could have been way ahead of the MCU. They never did, and they were reactionary. It's not like they've never lost control of Superman or Batman. And they waited till Marvel did, and then they waited to reboot until Marvel has like driven the fucking I want to call it a genre, but the superhero film into the ground. So like they never fucking had a chance. Now they fucked up on their own too, but they never had a fucking chance. Like I'd be surprised if Superman is a runaway hit. It needs to be, but
I don't see it. I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
Already,
we're too far. We're too far out to have any idea. Like the landscape of entertainment and the box office and everything is going to be very different 2 years from right now, which is when we're going to see this movie.
Yep.
But I don't see. Yeah, I agree. I do agree with that, Ryan. But I don't see it turning a corner. There's nothing that's coming from Marvel independently or from DC in those 2 years, which is screaming to me this could be the one that turns it around.
I think what you're going to get. Yeah, I think the genre is going to decline to where it was in like the 90s, where you could release a Batman movie or you could release a Superman movie and it'll probably do quite well just because those are such insane like household names that everyone knows. There's always going to be a market for them. But the time when you could release movies based around obscure third-tier superheroes that no one's fucking heard of before and expect to make like 800 million, those are long gone. It's not like that anymore.
I guess it depends on how they do it, because I mean, Blade, I would not say it's a household name, but I mean, those movies did fairly well back in the 90s.
They did pretty well, but then again, there was a kind of novelty value to them as well.
Right, that's true.
They were violent, they were R-rated. Yeah. Like people hadn't really seen a superhero movie like this before ever, and so they had that cool factor to it, which again, you're not going to get anymore because it's not novel and it's not different.
Because it's all standardized now too. It's this typical PG-13 standardized treatment, whereas Blade was revolutionary in many ways because it was an action hero / comic book R-rated movie, which you just don't get a whole lot these days.
Yeah, no, I don't think any of the Blade movies made a huge amount of money. Like even I think the second one was probably the biggest in there, but
they're rated R, so they did well for rated R. Yeah. They were really violent and didn't really draw much from the source material. It could have been just another character that most people wouldn't have known and probably didn't know was connected to Marvel, right? But it was just an action. It was just Wesley Snipes killing fucking vampires. It was really simple.
Well, it didn't hurt that it had Snipes in it because he was great.
Blade did 131 million worldwide back in 1998, and Blade 2, which came out 2002, did 154 million worldwide.
Yeah,
I don't know what that will be adjusting for inflation today.
It's not
modest.
It's good for rated R. It's good for rated
Sure.
R compared to the budget, and they were very well received, and they made a lot of money in DVD sales. Lots.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's another huge factor just in the entertainment industry in general. What they have done with streaming by prioritizing streaming, which they're fucking losing money on, Disney has decided they would rather pay themselves $100 million for the rights to stream Thor: Love and Thunder. So take money into one pocket and put it in the fucking other, not actually make any money off it, then have a robust physical media sales afterwards. You look at things like Black Panther, that had to make at least $100 million, maybe even $200 million just on DVD and Blu-ray sales. And that's how some of these big, massive hits were. You'd make an extra $120 million just on physical media. That's not happening anymore because people are, paying your $10 a month for Disney Plus and you got access to everything.
Sure.
Well, that's one thing that Disney's doing is they're actually winding down their physical media. They're starting in Australia, and odds are that will probably go worldwide.
Yeah, and they borrowed that model from Fox. Fox have been winding it down for a long time, especially with TV stuff.
And that way,
So get your DVDs now, folks.
Movies, yeah, and so
Yes.
you want any physical media to back it up,
right?
And they can adjust it with it being digitally now. They can adjust it however they want, whenever they want, at any point that they want.
Well,
They
any
will-
point in time something is problematic, they can go and change it.
They will also be able to manipulate your purchases because everything that you've purchased now on Amazon,
they are.
digitally, and other platforms, they
So-
can turn around tomorrow and go gone.
If
Yes.
you
No recourse.
listen to which you probably didn't, but I did. The Disney. I was on Valiant Renegade's channel talking about the Disney earnings call. So it's not my thing, but those guys are really good at it. I just care about the cultural impact of the art, the number stuff I know nothing about. But I did hear Bob say the word algorithm when it came to recommendations.
Oh,
and it's exactly what you were talking about, as that they are going to start to curate what you see on the panel. And it's probably going to have to, we talked about ad tiers earlier. You know what way they get around that, Ryan? And you know what's going to happen, dude. On our pay tiers that are not supposed to be ads, they're going to start creeping in ads. They're going to start saying like, this series is brought to you by.
They're just going to put them in.
Yeah, they're
Like,
gonna.
I think ultimately it's going to get that bad because Disney's not the only one with this issue.
No.
Oh, that's right. Paramount Plus losing $400 million this quarter. Oh, Peacock lost $400 million this quarter. All these people are bleeding fucking money, with the exception of Max, I believe.
Max, right.
Max is the only one that is profitable. I think it made like $50 million or something last
you know what
quarter.
show is full steam ahead right now? House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon 2.
Yeah, House of the Dragon season 2, full steam ahead.
I can't wait.
Yeah, dude.
I asked the question where do you think they're going to end House of the Dragon season 2? They have a couple very big events to get through. I think one of them is going to be almost immediately. I don't know if we're going to get the first episode or not, but
I think it's going to be the second episode, and then there's a big battle in the fourth. Where do they end it? Maybe with Damon taking Harrenhal or something like that, because he
now that happens pretty quick though, right?
After he goes in and takes Harrenhal, then there's a battle with Rhaenyra, right? So that's happening in episode 4. We already know.
So-
the battle with
Rhaenys?
Rhaenys is happening.
Yes. So that's Rook's Rest, right?
Yeah, Rook's Rest. So after that,
I think they end it with, or maybe right after. Obviously, there's a big fucking ship battle.
well, there's a ship battle and there's also the betrayal, right? So because I think they're gonna end it on the betrayal.
I think episode like 7 or 8, you see the dragon seeds.
The dragon seeds.
Right. I think you see that, and then I think
they're gonna flip.
I think you're going to see the battle, right? I don't want to spoil too much, right? The battle takes place that the dragon seeds partake in. And there's obviously a big thing that happens during that battle. And I think it'd be a good way to end it in the same way that you see, the ending of season 1.
Yeah. Yeah, this is good. There's scenes in House of the Dragon season 2 that will put the Red Wedding to shame.
Yes.
If they adapt them properly. it will put it to shame.
If you haven't watched it,
Brutal.
you better watch it.
It's freaking
season
brutal.
1 is great. I just did a rewatch of it.
Yeah, and they're gonna like almost start off immediately. It's gonna. They're going to Winterfell too. They're going to be at the Wall, so that'll be interesting. That will be interesting.
I need to finish watching that series.
Yeah,
it's good.
It's
yeah.
really good.
I mean, when I saw it, I really liked
video on it.
Thank you.
I should have, but
No, it's good.
I just did a bunch of individual ones. But the live streams were fun. But your video was awesome, dude. It's going to be interesting now that everything's good. We've mentioned it before, but there's this gangbuster box office double header going on right now, and it's going to be the last thing for a long fucking time. The theaters are screwed. Below the line workers are screwed, except for the Marvel ones who are unionizing right now. I think it's like 50 of them. And they'll all be fired within a month, and they'll be outsourced to Malaysia. Chrissy's really popular in Malaysia, by the way. I can only think of one country she's less popular in.
She went down as good in Malaysia as she did the plane.
see what makes Ryan happy. You know what? Like you get a genuine laugh out of Ryan. Is I was watching when that guy got in that fight in the baseball game, and he just got fucking smoked. The guy who started the fight got just fucking bitch slapped. And you were like, you look so happy. You were like on cloud nine. You're like, look at this guy.
At this point in my life, basically the only thing that brings me happiness is other people's misery. So I'm all for it.
Yeah.
You're just on a constant Schadenfreude trip.
It really is.
Schadenfreude.
Can relate.
Hey, you're selling books here.
I am, yes. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
I've got my first book, Redemption. That's part of the Ryan Drake series that's been out for many years now, and we're making a movie about it. And my latest book, Dark Harvest, which I've been signing copies of that too. That's like a standalone one. So it's been very nice to be able to do that here.
Yeah. You had quite a line when I went down there and made my brief appearance.
Yeah. You showed up like 2 hours after everyone else. Like, oh yeah, Gary's decided to grace us.
Yeah, I was big time, and I was actually trying to get this show going, and so far so good. Knock on wood. Sorry, but that's our neighbors. But yeah, hi Odin, how's it going?
What's going on? Yeah, we were talking about Disney Plus and the curation of content. They already are kind of doing that, because every time I try to do a basic search while we're watching like Disney films, with my son, the first thing that pops up is the Pride Collection. Like you're not even typing anything in. You don't even type anything in. It's just Pride Collection first thing up there, and they're like, "Oh, Disney, I see what you're trying to do here." This is
they really have embraced the meme, haven't they?
Seriously.
Yeah, they have.
Not so secret agenda. Yeah.
It's like, son, you're never gonna have the remote as long as this is still on our TV. So,
well, Odin, buy the physical media and ditch Disney Plus.
Working on it right now.
They were asked specifically at during the earnings call if how they planned on paying for Hulu. Bob Iger was asked that, and he didn't answer the question. He just sidestepped that son of a bitch all the way down the road and kicked the can. Didn't answer the question. Everything else was pretty planned out. Nobody asked him about Florida at all. Not a single person asked him about Florida. You would think that would be on investors' mind, wouldn't you?
Well, I think that came up during the last earnings call, so that might be the reason why it wasn't brought up this time.
They're in an active lawsuit.
I know.
Like, they have multiple state and federal lawsuits. Like Florida's filed it against them. They filed against Florida. It's a big deal.
It's a huge deal. They lost their tax exempt status. I mean, that's fucking massive.
Oopsies.
Like like there was not, what was it, either a quarter or two ago, Bob Iger got some real questions.
Yes.
Like, somebody held him
firing Kathleen.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, someone like held his feet to the fire. They're not going to do that again. They're screening all of that stuff for sure.
No way. They're like,
did you guys hear the latest?
What's your favorite?
The latest? Did you guys hear the latest by Kathleen Kennedy?
She's keeping her
fired.
Her and Frank Marshall are selling their Malibu house. It's listed for sale.
Oh, I'm buying it, by the way.
Is she going to buy somewhere bigger?
Well, potentially. I mean, there's really been no word about her house in fucking San Francisco, which is where Lucasfilm's at. But, her Malibu house, there's been a lot of talk.
Malibu house is for sale, but well, actually, I'm pretty sure Skywalker Ranch still runs in Marin. And I don't, Is Lucasfilm still at the Presidio?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still San Francisco. As far as I know, it's still San Francisco. Yeah.
Yeah. So
haven't heard anything about that yet. Where's that at? It's like it's a fucking fancy ass city right by San Francisco, where she was born.
Marin, Sausalito.
No. Starts with a B.
Yeah.
Oh. I had the greatest
Berkeley.
Climate change and all that. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Salty Cracker, but somebody they put on Twitter, I'll start believing in global warming when celebrities start selling their Malibu houses.
Yeah.
We better start believing. Well, Malibu's actually well, some of the houses are close to the shore. But, anybody who's worried about sea levels going up, Ryan will know what I'm talking about. Go down to La Jolla Cove, a little place called La Jolla Cove in San Diego. There is a picture of La Jolla Cove in the late 1800s, and there's one you can look at today, and you'll see that the sea is the same fucking height as it was.
Yeah, I know. Isn't Plymouth Rock underwater yet?
Or why don't you just look at, I don't know, something like the Statue of Liberty?
Yeah, yeah.
That's quite a good marker for how high sea levels have rose in the last 80 odd years or whatever they claim. Kind of not. Kind of.
It's not higher.
Kind of just.
It's a floating island. You didn't know.
Oh yeah.
It's a floaty island.
So is Manhattan also floating?
Well, they put it on like distance so they can raise it up if the sea level rises. So it's okay.
Yeah. There's a crank on the
Yeah,
side.
they really planned ahead on that one.
So she sold her Malibu house, but as Ryan says, the Marin house, probably the Sebastopol house, and the one that she has in Berkeley, maybe in Pacific Heights. She probably has one in Pacific Heights too. Those are all staying safe. She lives probably right next door to Nancy Pelosi, where that guy took a shit.
It's easy to forget that Kathleen Kennedy's married to someone who's also rich as fuck too, and Frank Marshall.
Yeah.
Like, they have so much fucking money.
Prolific producer. Was in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Back when we
It's amazing she's surrounded by talent in some way.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Yeah. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. She ain't finished yet, though. She ain't finished yet. Not by a long shot. All right. Let's get some soups in here. How's everybody doing? It's so quiet without Jeremy here. Screaming, talking that Roll Tide shit.
I was told I can't be hurt. Nobody can hear me if I'm not over by the laptop. So I'm just going, just like hanging out people over here.
You don't want to stay there.
Quiet.
Yeah, I feel like there's a button I need to press to start tipping you. When you
Yum. Oh, eating corn the long way. Yum.
Oh my
god. We are at an anime convention, and I did see my first guy in a French maid outfit on the way out. Did you see yours yet?
Yeah, I've seen several at this point. The first one was the best.
You know, manga is laughing, and it's a bunch of dudes in French maid outfits laughing at the American comic book industry and calling the American comic book industry gay.
It must be so embarrassing for the American comic book industry.
Holy shit!
I'm embarrassed as an American.
I am, but it's over. I mean, like it'll have its independent sphere. It'll always have a place, but prominence done. It's aging out. It's over. The party's fucking over.
Too busy consumed by their own hubris and ego. Too busy with so much infighting, fucking each other over, stabbing each other in the back. That hasn't gone away from quite a few people who used to be in it either. It's just fucking riddled with that shit. That they don't understand that people who want to buy their product just want to buy a Superman comic, an X-Men comic, Batman comic. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck what Rich Johnson, the cunt, has to say on fucking Bleeding Cool. Nobody gives a fuck what's on CBR. Nobody goes to CB fucking R to go, I wonder what the new fucking Batman comic's like this week. I must listen to CBR Nobody gives a fuck.
No, they say
They're too busy talking about their own.
I wonder who's gay in the next Batman comic. Let's go to CBR.
Yeah, I wonder which sidekick's been turned gay this week because the creator who's now on that comic is now gay and has to put a self-insert because they can't get, again, past their own fucking ego and hubris and have to insert their own fucking feelings and sexuality and gender and color. Meanwhile, they are fucking throwing paraffin all over the Batman, Superman, fucking douse you, mate. Jonathan Kent. Fucking there you go, mate. Now then, what happens when I fucking light these matches? Oh, you all got burnt up in fucking smoke. Customers? Customers?
Oh, you mean you don't want to hear Dan Slott's take on Trump or anything like that?
No, I wish Dan Slott would just shut the fuck up and Minecraft himself in private.
You think there's any way that they can ever stop doing this now? Like, are they so infiltrated by this shit that they can just never pull themselves out of like, no, it's all got to be politics. It's all got to be diversity and inclusion.
They would have to fire literally everyone.
There's got to, unless there is somebody that comes in at the absolute top and says, cut this shit out. I mean, proper daddy fucking talk. Proper voice raise. Stop this shit right now. If you don't, you're gone. Just wait for your fucking Heidi McDonald to open a big fucking cow mouth.
Yeah, who was the guy that was running the bullpen in the 90s?
They'll be fucking dragged out.
Jim Shooter.
Shooter.
Like, very talented people hate him because he was such a taskmaster, but he made one of the best eras for Marvel Comics.
Yeah, they need somebody like him. That's the only way they can get their shit together at this point.
Well, they need Elon needs to be an Elon. We're going to come in and root everything out. And I know it's not perfect with Elon, especially with this new fucking CEO. But before she showed up, you root everything out and I know there's a couple people who want to give it a go behind the scenes, especially with the big two, because I mean, a good point. There is a good point to be made that like Marvel and DC need to do well. They do need to do well for comics to do well.
Yes.
But I don't think they will. But somebody's going to give it a shot, and I wish that person all the luck in the world. They have my full support.
Oh, Gary.
And then there's Eric out there doing his own thing. So
Gary, when was the last seminal piece from DC? What was it?
Seminal? Like, I'm going to go down remembering this for the rest of my life.
Yes. When was the last seminal piece from DC?
I would say it's the disappointment of the Batman wedding. That was pretty seminal in the wrong way, though.
No, dude. Story. That's a fart in the story. The Batman wedding. That's a fart in the wind. Nobody cares about that. Nobody's talking about fucking Batman marrying Catwoman. Nobody.
Mid 2000s.
I would give you mid 2000s, Hush 2002, 2003. Probably the most last greatest seminal piece from DC.
Blackest Night would be probably my most seminal thing that happened.
What's that? 2006,
yeah,
2004, around about there. What was the last seminal piece from Marvel? Right. What's the last seminal piece from Marvel?
Annihilation,
which was 2007. Right. So we're talking. There's nearly 2 decades. Nearly 2 decades now. What's being put out at the moment? Tim Drake's gay, takes cock up his ass. Jonathan Kent takes cock up his ass. Aqualad takes cock up his ass. I'm not even fucking being facetious here. That's just fact. That's just fact. That's all they've done to the fucking industry. Wonder Woman, now she likes to eat a bit of minge on the side. That's the mainstream fucking comic book industry. Where's the stories? Where are the fucking stories? There's no stories. That's why somebody like Eric July comes in and bends them both over and he's fucking double dicking them like that.
Yeah,
that's what he can do, because he can fucking do that, because he's actually making a story. You can like the story, you cannot like the story, but he's making a fucking story. People on the Indiegogo making 100,000 plus on a comic. Hey, look, I'm wearing Mandy Summers' Jack the Ripper 2. That's made a combined total of about 110,000 between it. Just regular people now coming in wanting to sell fucking stories, because DC, Marvel, IDW, that's going to go any day now. None of them are making stories anymore. We don't care about Alex DeConte, Heidi McDonald, all you stupid bints in the fucking Whisper Network. We don't care about your backstabbing. You're trying to get fucking everyone cancelled. Your Max Versace fucking love bombing bullshit. Nobody cares about your fucking LARPing Game of Throners. That's what they are. LARPing Game of Throners in an industry. And the customers there going, excuse me. Can we just have some good stories? Stop it! We're stabbing each other in the back, trying to get everyone cancelled, so we've got a better opportunity of work. Work, by the way, nobody buys. Nobody fucking buys.
An industry that had to sign a piece of paper not to rape each other.
Yes. And then as soon as they did, the person who fucking made sure that went out turned around and said, it's not enough. Because that was a fucking trap, you fucking retards.
And remember, these are the same people who said they weren't, they didn't have to answer to the customers. The customers were not people they had to answer to. They were contract workers. Their tune has changed since then, but there's no industry left. And most customers walked away quietly. Most said, fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this
well, you
shit.
get what you fucking deserve, that's for sure.
Yep. And it's sad. So yeah, as I saw the chat going on, there's some great suggestions in there. There's like really good, like Dark Reign was okay. Secret Invasion, the comic book series, was good. It was good. Kind of a messy ending. Most of them ended, but as said, seminal. Like this is going to go into the comic book Hall of Fame.
Yes.
We're going to remember this forever. And I challenge somebody from the big two to pick something, a storyline that holds up like any of the ones did in the last 15, 20 years.
No, they're legit. There isn't any because a lot of them were just awful. I mean, anyone remember Access and how bad that was?
Yeah, Spider-Man Reign was 20 years ago, a little give or take. Planet Hulk, World War Hulk. Planet Hulk is fucking awesome. Planet Hulk is awesome. Highly recommend that read, even though it's by a woke wanker, but he was good. So let's read some soups. Death of Superman was shit. I was in prison when that happened. I was locked up. That was many
my
years
emotions
ago.
were in a prison.
They were. Did you really think he was going to stay dead at the time?
No, but you know what was quite interesting about the Death of Superman is they stopped the comics for, was it 3 months?
Yeah, they did.
They stopped the comics completely for 3 months. That's a big ballsy thing to do from a corporation. You kill Superman, you cut all of his comics end for 3 months.
You know what Marvel did? They stopped the Fantastic Four comics because they didn't have the rights.
Because they didn't have the rights.
Because Fox owned them.
Fox owned them, yes.
Yeah.
Fuck. Not one of Pearl Mutter's
and they tried killing off the X-Men because Fox owned the rights.
Yeah.
Yep.
But in all fairness, they've managed to successfully kill off the X-Men, at least any interest in them.
Yes. Well, I guess eventually got what they wanted to do.
I heard Deadpool 3 is no longer on the schedule.
I don't care about those schedules like that were released. Like there's a lot of shit that was left out, and everything that was left out, people are like, oh my God, they canceled. It's like, let's also calm down. They wouldn't be able to fit every single thing on those fucking pieces of paper. So it's probably anything in flux. I'm sure they just either didn't list it or whatever.
Yeah, it'll come out later. It's not coming out in May. It's supposed to come out next May. That was its release date. So that will change to later in the year or probably 2025. And that's the only one that could potentially be good. We have Captain America Black Falcon is completed, and it's coming out after the Marvels. And after the Marvels, we have Loki season 2, Echo, the Marvels, Captain America Black Falcon. That'll save Hollywood, everybody.
When is Echo coming out?
End of October.
I never heard that.
More sludge.
Well, they don't want you to know about it. They want to just
dropping in the toilet and flushing it as quickly as they can.
I agree with Az. I haven't heard much about Echo.
LOL.
She gets good parking spaces though.
I said, "Oh, Echo."
I'll echo that.
Hop along now.
Can Mark see himself in Echo, X-Ray Girl?
I hope he doesn't see himself in Echo.
Wow.
He can see himself, but he can't hear himself.
Did anybody else see Twisted Metal?
No, but people have recommended it to me. It'd be quite good.
I watched it all with Mrs. Nerdrotic. It's supposed to be fun. So it's funny like Ash versus Evil Dead. It's gory. Sweet Tooth is pretty good in it. There's a fucking woke episode right in the middle, though. It's like straight up ESG points, LGBTQ plus points, forced in lesbian relationship right in the fucking middle. And it's like, oh God. Aside from that, though, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It takes a couple episodes to get going. I don't know shit about the game, so you'll have to tell me if you played the game. Sweet Tooth, though, stole the show.
Well, at least they contain it to one episode so people can skip it.
Is that Samoa Joe that plays Sweet Tooth?
Yeah, Samoa Joe played
Yeah.
it, and Will Arnett voiced it, and I have to say they melded the voice work perfectly. Like
Nice.
it looks like the dude is fucking talking out of the mask. It's really good. They really did that good.
Yeah, I love how they straight up went with a killer clown for Sweet Tooth. Why not?
Who sets his head on fire at one point too?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, straight out of the game.
Now I don't know. Like you'll have to tell me if it matches the aesthetics of the game because they do like these wide shots of the cars driving down like just regular roads. So like something you could have a drone fucking shoot a guy driving a car and they CG'd him.
Ugh.
Right,
And I
okay.
don't know if that was an aesthetic choice to make it look like the game. Maybe I don't know, but I was like, that's weird.
The games that I remember were like PlayStation 1 era, and they were just straight up racing battle games.
Yep.
That's
It
all
was
they
like a
were.
race car you could drive around.
Yeah.
I only played it at my friend's house. I don't know the story.
So
there's not a huge amount of story behind the games.
Yeah, you fucking get in them and try to kill the other car.
Yeah, that's all.
That's all I remember.
There's some girl bosses. The Quiet, the girl main character, though, she's kind of the best thing in the show. She's
Was she a
pretty good.
lesbian?
No, she's foul mouthed, but she likes she's her brother. She's
I
not
thought
a
you were gonna
fucking-
say she's foul mouthed, but she likes dick. After I asked if she was a lesbian.
Yeah, she likes cock. Okay, she definitely likes cock. Okay, she gets fucked in a ball pit. So with all the balls, like a Chuck E. Cheese, she gets fucked in a ball pit. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Fucking's normally a ball pit in all fairness.
This is true. But 7 to 10. I enjoyed it. Melissa enjoyed it as well. I thought it was fine, except for that fucking one episode. I'm like, good God. It's like they really laid it on thick. You're gonna be rolling your eyes through it. You will be. You're just like, oh, okay. Did you all see the new Pillar of Garbage video about Drinker/Barbie? He also takes shots at EFAP, FNT, Gary, Geeks and Gamers, Midnight's Edge, and their fans. So I'll speak for this. Thank you for the $50. Hope I hit the right 566. So I don't know. Like Pillar Garbage is the channel, right? I'm not trying to I've maybe heard of it, never watched anything, don't care. Everybody has a right to their opinion. Go ahead and make whatever fucking videos you want. I think Drinker's on a lot of people's radar. You won't say this, but he's the number one fucking critic on YouTube. Not even close. Not even fucking close.
Hands down.
Interviewed this dude. Yep. Take your sip, Chad.
And your victory lap.
And your victory lap. And yeah, now all these people who think they invented the movie space just don't think you belong in it because you speak the truth and you're actually the word's getting out.
Yeah,
because you are one of the best at it.
I'm apparently not
Or
worthy because
the
I don't
best.
hold the right opinions,
Yes.
unfortunately. But like with guys like that, yeah, you're a pillar of garbage, as if it even fucking matters what you think. Right? I ain't gonna waste any time on it.
Who? I never.
Yeah,
heard of them,
I've never heard them personally.
And it's been kind of fun to talk about. I know a lot of people but Barbie's created a conversation. I think some of it's wrong, in my opinion, but I don't think it's that harmful to the culture though. I just don't. I think it's a shitty movie, and I think there's some pretty horrible lessons in there for boys and girls, especially spouted by that mom at the end. It's like, I don't get credit for things I do. Well, as Garrett screamed out in the movie theater, that's called life. And he really did scream that out.
I get louder every time.
Screamed it, and I never want to watch it again. But it's not a movie made for me because I am a straight white male. I'm a straight male, and it is the Black Panther for white women. Totally agree with that statement. It's not mine. I heard that from Sargon. So there you go.
Yeah, I think that if you take that speech that America Ferrera or whatever her name is makes, towards the end of the movie, just about kind of the struggles of being a woman, you could do that and absolutely fill the entire same space with things about men and what the difficulties about being a man and the certain expectations that are on you, and how, you're supposed to be able to understand your emotions, but you're not allowed to show them. Like, you could go through a whole fucking thing like that. That would be perfectly acceptable. The differences between men living in life. Men and women are fucking different, right? Despite everyone's best efforts to convince us that it's okay, you can change, whatever. No, men and women are differently. They're built differently. They interact socially in different ways. We interact with them socially in different ways. It's one of the reasons why I think that the introduction of women in the military is a really big deal because regardless of, say you have a 50-man division and you put one woman in there, even if every one of those 50 men are married, even if that woman is married, it doesn't fucking matter. Every one of those men is going to treat that woman just a little bit differently. They're going to interact differently when she's in the room with themselves because they're going to be competing for attention. It's just reality. Men and women are fucking different. If there had been a speech like that at the end from a man about the difficulties of being a man, we would all be sitting here fucking cheering on, be like, yes, fucking yes, that's what I'm talking about. And the mainstream media would be destroying it right now. I think that's the reality
because they would never be allowed to have anything like that in the movie.
If I heard a man say I'm doing stuff and I don't get credit for it, I'd have to. Sorry,
but a man wouldn't necessarily be saying that. He'd be saying different things than that woman.
Like saying that kind of stuff is just weak. I think
like I'm just Ken.
Yep,
exactly.
When is she? That song is perfect. That's how a man does it. Look, I'll do anything for her. I'll do anything. I'm there for her. I'll do anything she wants. I just wanted to notice me. I wanted to see that I'm here for her. But she's perfect.
Enough.
Wouldn't it have been interesting as well if Ken had noticed, like, all the shitty, like, manual labor jobs that are really difficult and dangerous seem to be getting done by men, and they don't get any thanks for it. that would be an interesting little thing to point out. But again, the movie ain't going to go there because it's got its message.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the funny thing about it, too, is like the way they treat the whole thing with men is like how they're treated in Velma, where Velma pretends to be a dude and suddenly everybody like admonishes her and she can't do anything wrong. It's like, when I watched that, I had a good fucking laugh.
Yeah. Yep. Try being a guy for real.
Yeah. Try being a dude. It's not any better.
Underwater welding. Talk to me later. There needs to be way more trans representation in underwater welding, mostly working on ships for the Navy and stuff like that. That's big money in that, by the way.
Yes, especially when you're part of one of those unions that doesn't let you do fucking anything ever.
Yeah.
I used to find fucking union workers sleeping in the bilges all the time. Getting through their shift, making bank. Fucking lazy sacks of shit.
The thing is, when you here's a little trick though. If you're doing a Comic-Con, it's run by the Teamsters on the inside. Just be nice to them. If you're nice to them, a guy ahead of me at San Francisco WonderCon was screaming at this Teamster, and I feel the same way too. But the guy was a kid; it was like a little kid. So I told the guy to shut up. I told the guy in front of me, I'm like, "Dude, shut up! He's not going to make the line go faster. You're being an idiot."
Yeah.
So I get back. That kid runs up to me and goes, "Okay, when I wave my hand, I want you to follow me down this tunnelway." And I got like right in. I cut in front of the whole fucking line. So I was like, "Yeah, Teamsters, yeah, cool, fuckers." No, yeah, well, I'm not gonna sit there and scream at them when I'm in a line that I like a fucking 16-year-old, 18-year-old kid couldn't do anything about. What's the point? Let's. The Access Media is still alive, unfortunately. I mentioned this in the panel today. Went over it on the New York, Chris. This is a fun article. It's a fun article. Yeah. Apparently, Barbie's this year's.
They are fun.
What?
I mean, I'm sure there's some similarities aside from they're taking the original character and completely subverting him and vandalizing him, which I don't think they did to Barbie. They gave Barbie a vagina. Is that equal to Luke Skywalker drinking soy titty milk and then just fucking dying, killing himself at the end? Maybe.
The shot they got of Ray there is just amazing.
I know.
Where's the review bombing?
So that's the one thing is as the review bombing is the audience score for the non-verified audience is 75%.
Oh my god!
And the verified's at like 83. It's not that much of a difference.
It's not. This is such a reach. I don't know if it's fucking AI or what, or they had this headline written, or it's just massive cope because The Last Jedi fucking sucks, and the Access Media can't get over the fact that it's practically the movie that killed them. And they just can't get. I saw some more cope on Twitter too, and I think it's time we revisit The Last Jedi. What do we get this every 6 months, Ryan? I think it's time we revisit The Last Jedi and realize it's a masterpiece.
No, how about no?
Steaming pile of dog shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll ask everybody here on the panel. What would you rather see, Barbie or The Last Jedi?
Barbie.
Yeah, probably Barbie.
No, not even probably. Absolutely.
Not even close.
Not
Well,
yet.
I haven't seen it yet, so I have no basis of comparison. But I'll still take the movie
You
I
want
haven't
to see
seen.
Barbie over Last Jedi? Okay.
Well,
And also, the difference is all of us on this panel don't give a fuck about Barbie.
No,
right?
No,
like
not in the slightest.
I mean, other than maybe Extra Girl, I don't know if her fucking
No.
parents allowed her to play with Barbies because she was too busy doing fucking long division. But
Well, Odin looks like a Barbie guy.
No, I'm gonna run.
I'll say this, Ryan. Star Wars is so fucking shit right now that I care more for Barbie than I do Star Wars. That's where we are in
You just like Margot
2023.
Robbie.
I've
Well
never
done,
watched
Kathleen
TLJ,
Kennedy.
so
You're just a simp for Margot Robbie, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
I mean, I
by
would
the way.
definitely rather see her than Ridley.
Oh, hands down.
Bunch of foot shots in that movie too. Weird.
Yep. Me and Drinker after the show are going to go down and get our Vato Loco Ken Dojo house. Or whatever.
no, Mojo Dojo Casa House.
Mojo Casa
Vato
House.
Loco
Mojo Dojo.
Casa House.
Mojo Dojo. You know that basically all of those words mean house.
Yeah. Every night is
I
boys' night.
saw Polly. Was there a Latino Ken?
A Latino Ken? I don't know. I think there was a Latina Barbie. There was no Asian Barbie, but there was an Asian Ken.
There was an Asian Ken.
There's
Very
a
cool.
couple versions of Hispanic Ken.
There was a male
There you go.
Barbie.
1982.
Yeah, Perry wasn't available to a couple days to edit a video, and then I found out why when I saw Barbie. So very shocking to see him in that film.
There was no body positive. I noticed either. Sadly,
Even Simu Luke, that is the perfect film for him.
It was good. Yeah.
Perfect.
There was a point in that fight where he fucking just like hip thrust and slammed somebody with his like just plastic, right? Because they don't have dicks, just his like plastic shit.
I'd like to get shot by the sucker.
As
It's just like,
how did you like to see the new Doctor in Barbie?
I thought that what's he called? Shuti Gatwa. Shuti Gatwa was fine. He was absolutely fine in it. I thought all the Kens were quite funny.
Was that Black Ken?
That was
there were two Black Kens. There was Secret Invasion of Nick Fury's anus Ken, and then there was Gay
Cheadle?
Doctor Ken, and they were both absolutely fine. All the Kens were fine.
And Alan.
And Alan was great.
Alan.
Alan was great.
It's pretty good.
To sum up
When
that
Michael
article,
Cera's the best thing in your movie.
To sum up that article we just saw, it was basically making a comparison between it was trying to make The Last Jedi sound like it was a successful film. That's all it was. Cope for The Last Jedi. They were trying to like connect Barbie and The Last Jedi in the most access media ways. And yes, The Last Jedi made a lot of money, significantly less than a Force Awakens, and the film that came out after The Last Jedi made significantly less.
Is
The Last Jedi.
Is their take like if a movie is really divisive and really controversial, then it must inherently be good because it's inspiring?
They lean towards that.
conversations?
Yes, they try to. Well, it's the Rian Johnson argument that and not everybody's going to be happy.
I don't think this movie is as divisive as The Last Jedi. I think it's divisive in our space, but I think that I think Last Jedi is something that was being argued about by normal people that went to see it.
It was. I agree.
That's what I think the biggest difference between these two movies are.
But it also connected the subversion of expectations, which, I mean, I don't think Barbie really subverted any expectations. I think it was exactly what I thought it would be. So
yeah, it's a movie that the vast majority of us here, and just to be honest, the vast majority of our audience, when you're looking at 90% male audiences, it's not a universe you're fucking invested in, right?
No.
As opposed to things like Lord of the Rings, things like Star Wars, things like Marvel and DC. So the core audience for it seems to be fairly receptive to it.
Wow, it's as if things can be made for specific people.
Wild,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's
Stop
crazy.
trying to feminize or
Feminazi?
Stop trying to feminize our fucking shit.
Yeah.
Well, I think Ryan was right with his first was feminazi our shit.
Yeah.
They're
I
not
like
gonna
his softer
stop,
approach, the feminazi.
like they're not going to stop trying to like feminize traditionally male stuff. They're just going to produce more things like Barbie to complement that stuff.
Mhm.
That's the difference.
Can you imagine if they made a Star Wars movie for men, or that would appeal to young boys? How huge that would be if they made a Star Wars movie to appeal to men and young boys. Which was
Well, sadly, I don't think it would do very well because the damage is already done at this point.
No, we're talking about in a different world. Like, imagine
fair enough.
Because I mean, traditional men
Marvel
or modern men?
Cinematic Universe.
Not in a Gen Z world, I'll tell you that.
So Thor: Love and Thunder. If you take away female fucking Thor, and you take away stupid Valkyrie, and you just have Thor fight. Well, you also take away Taika
Finding
Waititi.
himself again.
You have him just simply fighting Gore the God Butcher, a guy that's killing fucking gods. If you actually adapt the story from the comic books, it would have been a fucking
The
massive.
story is actually really fucking good.
Massive hit. Instead, it's like, oh, we need women to balance out these men. You know, they did it in the last scene with Henry in The Witcher. He gets saved. Like in Henry's final scene, he gets like a little scrape with some Nilfgaardian goons, and he gets saved by X-Ray Girl at the end. And that's
Great job, X-Ray Girl.
You know what people love when their titular character gets saved by some completely unknown that
Landau they just introduced, right?
They love that. They eat that shit.
Just be like a side character in their own story.
Oh, it was a race swapped Milva, and they just introduced her like a couple episodes before. So, and it's played by the girl who plays Shang-Chi's sister, the one who kicked him in the balls in his own.
You mean the one who was the hero of that film?
Yes.
I liked in your video when you kept talking about Fringilla and her COVID weight.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Did you see her in season 1? Have you seen her now? Oh god, I mean season 2.
I think she got locked down in a bakery.
Did she?
Even my wife, who's more open to this stuff, even she was like, "Who's that again?"
Yeah,
Right?
she doesn't. I did not recognize her at all.
I didn't either. Smooth the DJ for 35 British pounds. Thank you very much. Hail all, just arrived in the States, ATL. Got one more flight to survive, but I'm looking forward to seeing you all at Matsuri. I will be at the con on Saturday. Hail to the drinker and the panel. Godspeed and go tit. Go tit.
Go tit.
Get there safe.
Yeah, we'll be on the floor tomorrow, right?
I might end up on the floor after a few pints. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll bring my AA book for you. Yeah, it'll be fun. Not Another Dime has gifted 25 Nerdrotic memberships for $125. Shit. Thank you. Shmoo, the DJ, one more time, has gifted 15 Nerdrotic memberships for $75. Thank you very much. Stardust Viking has gifted 50 Nerdrotic memberships for $250.
Wow.
Dang. Lots of memberships.
Lots of memberships. We have Grendel Vivat has gifted 20 for $100. And Brent Wolf has gifted 10 for $50. There you go. Who did that one? That sounded okay. Hard to tell. I'm on a weird soundboard. I'm on a laptop. Sitting next to the fucking Critical Drinker in my hotel room. It's kind of weird.
Didn't you love that in Barbie? In Barbie, their biggest selling product was Ken's Mojo Dojo Casa House.
I did think it was funny. Are they going to actually? They're probably actually going to make one, right?
I think they should.
Yeah, they did that. Like when they took over, everyone was freaking out about the change. They're like, these things are flying off the shelves.
Yeah,
right.
If they were smart, they would have had that on the shelf.
Oh, they would have put that on and have little LED screens with like the horses running and stuff. Yeah,
so cute.
It's kind of funny to see how little faith Warner Brothers had in it, like because they only thought the film was to make $75 million opening weekend. It made 160.
So let's be real; they always undershoot those. So
Not
they
by
can,
that much.
like, overproject, but not by that. But
Yeah.
to be fair, everything that I was looking at put the movie between 130 to 150 million dollars opening weekend.
I mean, they went all in with the marketing, man. Like they spent a ton on that film.
the marketing was really good, and
Well,
and
they
for the
spent the
most
same
part-
as Disney does on a typical MCU movie.
Jeez.
Like they spent 150 million, reportedly 150 million on marketing, which is exactly what was spent on Thor: Love and Thunder and Guardians 3.
Right.
So, yeah, but it only cost them 150 million to make it, as opposed to 250 million.
Not going to help the Warner Brothers very much. Mattel's going to do all right. They're going to be good off this. Roland the Wretched, 4 parts for $100. Watching FNQ is more fun. They're picketing Disney even when it is an hour late. Fucking hell. Oh, no, I said we were going to start late. We're not late if I said we're going to start late.
Yeah, we actually started on time.
This is a change of time this week.
Yeah. I just bought my ticket for the Sanctuary Comedy Show. So while FNQ will be in Papua New Guinea, I will be getting roasted by Chrissy in Sherman Oaks. Oh, California. Sherman Oaks, California. Now Chrissy has a month to come up with waxing jokes. Always nice to see Drinker, and I wonder if he has ever heard of a song, First Love in Life. I know he is a proper Brit, and this is an Irish song. He's Scottish, but I think he could relate to it. Hi, Az.
Nice. I haven't heard that song. I'll need to give it a look.
Mm-hmm. I was pulled over on suspicion of DUI, or of a suspicious DUI. I'm not sure. He said suspicious. I was pulled over on suspicious of DUI. That's actually much better. I was driving home after being up for 40 hours straight, and I guess it was little. When the cop was ready to let me go, I used Drinker's line and told him he couldn't have held me because I identify as sober. Today's reading is Matthew 21:22. If you believe, you will receive whatever you ask for in pineapple pizza. Okay. Hail to FNQ. Friday Night Queers. That's what it means. Chad, Baby Thor, Hawaiian pizza. Sorry about Maui out there, Hawaii. Dan Baskin, man buns are really gay. Hashtag something nerdrotic. Until next week. So long, gay boys. Hail Roland. Love you, buddy. Alex Jones has donated $50 and just walked away. Like, fuck this. I'm going to drop my money and leave.
Thanks, Alex
Jones?
Alex Shaw.
Thank you. I thought you said Alex Jones.
You said Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Alex Jones was on with the quartering earlier.
Yeah. You definitely said that.
Yeah.
I was thinking it when I saw it. So
we need to have him back on again.
Yeah, we do.
I was thinking Alex Jones, but I got that wrong.
Alex Shaw. Thank you, Alex.
Alex Jones.
Son of Gallifrey 911 for $50. Hey, friends. Yesterday was my 31st birthday. Oh, look at you, naive little punk. And the best present I got to hear is the heartbeat of our rainbow baby.
Wow.
Here's 2 more Blu-ray. Hail to the Drinker. Is it Blue Eye?
Bluey? I don't know what that means.
Bluey.
Bluey.
I'm a car strike tonight. I might
It's actually a good show.
Bluey. It's Bluey.
Oh.
Okay.
Bluey. Hail to you, Drinker. The Modrotics FNT cast, the 199, and our beloved fellowship. Hail to you. Rainbow baby. I don't know what that is. Ministry of Wrong Thing for $49.99. Hail FNT out here in Sandusky, Ohio, enjoying the non-Disney corrupted Cedar Point. Well, that was until I saw someone else wearing what is it? I Heart CP shirt.
What?
What?
It says that they were wearing an I Heart
Cedar Point. Cedar Point.
Okay. It says CP. Okay.
I know.
Now I'm scared I might actually be in Disney. Yeah, you might be.
Oh, yeah, we did the same thing.
They brought up CP during the investor call too.
Oh shit!
During the earnings call. Yeah, it was abbreviation for something, but the
What
chat.
if it was Disney? You never know.
Yeah,
Exactly. Reference or something.
Yeah.
Quarter Black, what are y'all doing? Is there a body in that bed?
Yeah, it's Cecil. He died in their hotel room.
Odin, do you even
Don't
watch
worry about
the
it.
show?
Don't worry about it.
Unbelievable.
Just do the super chats. Don't worry about what's going on.
They're waiting for body disposal to show up.
That's actually me and Drinker.
So they have a chainsaw and they'll dismember the body in the bathroom and put it in garbage bags.
This is what Dexter trained us for.
Yes.
Wow, really anime Matsuri.
Yep. All right. Voraxelon for $50 says Friday Night Tights. I love y'all like family. Weird, dysfunctional family. Oh, yeah. Drinker, I know you did a vid on one of my favorite Crimson Tide versus Star Wars, but it's such a great flick. I feel like it deserves or recommends. The Kirby versus Mobius Silver Surfer bit gets me.
It does deserve Drinker recommends. I will get around to it at some point, but overall, yeah, it's a great movie, and it was nice to make a point of comparison there between the Admiral in that film and Admiral Holdo. Like, one's a good leader, the other one's fucking disastrous.
Jeez.
Great Silver Surfer argument, too.
Why didn't you tell us your plan? No, I'm an insufferable pink-haired twat.
True Silver Surfer?
Is what?
Is the Kirby Silver Surfer the only true Silver Surfer?
The only true Silver Surfer. I can't say that, no.
Okay.
It's the OG. It's the best. The band created it, but it's not the only one. I actually love that Mobius book that he did with Stan Lee. So, a lot. And then there was, of course, the Silver Surfer series that only lasted 18. That was really fucking good, too. But, Kirby's king. We Shenanigans for $50. All hail the Drinker, you roguish devil. Loved your review of Gran Turismo. We all keep saying we want non-woke practical action and kicks ass. It's not perfect, but I hope everyone goes to see it. It is what we want more of from Hollywood. Pretty good, huh?
I liked it. Yeah, I think it's a decent little sports drama movie. Doesn't change the world or anything, but it's just a fun movie. No messaging or anything, and I like the performances, I like the characters. Neil Blomkamp is really good at directing action like that, so nice to see him back too.
Nice.
God,
where does this rank in the films that he has made? Because obviously, I don't think it's probably as good as District 9, but is it better than Elysium?
It's probably slightly better than Elysium. I'd probably put this at number 2 actually, because I like it more than Chappie, and I think it's probably distant second behind District 9, but it's a good movie overall.
It's a very good sports movie, like just a simple sports film, and the racing scenes, the way he uses like a drone, it's great. So I'm glad you liked it.
It was your recommendation actually. You got in touch a while back and said that it's worth watching, and it was. So
yeah, it's worth
it.
Mike Hill for $50 says another reason why the Marvels will fail, with the executive producer saying the movie was specifically designed so that women from all walks of life could relate to it.
What does that even fucking mean?
Yeah.
How can you relate to superpowered, entities with like godlike abilities?
We think that this is going to appeal to everyone. Who's women in a film whose superpowers change and teleport them to the position where they get teleported into another position when they're in space on an alien planet fighting against girl. Shut up!
Unless you have them working
well, it's like when things sync up,
in like a superhero HR department. I'm not sure how women are going to relate to it.
It's like they've been given the most generic, like, female empowerment thing to say, and they don't stop for even a second to think, does this actually apply to this movie? Nah, who cares? We'll just do it.
It sounds like something Vought would say in The Boys.
Yes.
That's what it sounds like. That's where it's fucking parody is now becoming reality. Jeez,
girls get it done.
Is Vought says that in The Boys, and then they do that thing. They do the exact thing that they make fun of at the end.
Yeah.
It's like, you fuckers. Lionheart reviews for $49.99. Watching Az killing it at the gym has inspired me to get up and move. I'm hitting the gym and losing weight and feeling better. Keep it up, Az. Take this money and buy some nice workout gear on me. Hail to the fellowship and hail Friday Night Tights.
None of them fit, so I'll get how Gary to hold on to it for a while.
It's all right.
The nice stuff never fits. You got to be like thin for the nice stuff to fit.
French maid outfit.
I'll wear that.
Well, I was gonna also say the more you lose too, and then you're just gonna have to keep buying more clothes. So You don't want to have to buy
That's
something.
the kind of thing girls get excited about. Oh my God, shopping! Oh my
No. For me, I'm like, I gotta lose weight so I can fit in my clothes, so I can not have to buy new clothes.
Oh, yeah. Once you get to the point where you're like, I might need some new clothes. You're like, oh fuck, I'm fat.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not giving up.
His clothes have shrunk.
That damn
Somebody
laundry.
washed these on high. What the fuck?
Put this on 60 degrees. Come on, man. This is meant to be cool wash.
Fish Shooter 24 for $50 says 15,000 live viewers. You guys are killing it. Well, see you later.
I'm out.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
That is good. Ian So Forth. Oh boy, he's probably got. Oh, he doesn't say anything about Az. Az had some really nice things to say about Ian. Questioned his Britishhood. Called him an American.
Ian wanted to get roasted. He got roasted.
Roasted him. You like burnt him so bad.
That's a right. Look, do you know who you're fucking talking to for a roast here?
No, I do. Every Sunday.
To Pee Wee fucking Herman, right? You know.
He's fucking dead.
I know, exactly.
Aww.
That's what you
son of a bitch.
Too soon. You just Paul Walkered Pee Wee, you son of a bitch. Yes.
You take Paul Walker's name out your fucking mouth.
Paul.
That's
Walker.
my bro.
Oh my God. What's the one? Is that the recent one we saw, the Grand Tour, where they went into the wax? Yeah, it was the last one where they went to the Eastern European Wax Museum, and there's Paul Walker's hello, mate. And I was thinking of you. We watched that together.
We did. That was a lot of fun.
That was a good one. Ian So Forth for 100 British.
Wow.
Wow.
Ian, I'll treat you with respect. At least to your face. I can't wait for the Authority film. Am I saying that right? The Authority?
The Authority.
The Authority. Yes.
It's not spelled weird, is it?
I don't know. Authority.
Authority.
Wait a minute. Are you asking me? Because I'm not going to be able to tell, Ryan. You'd have to look at that. Or X-ray.
Wait, the way you said, am I saying this right? Made it sound like it's a weird fucking word. And authority's not a weird word.
It's not, but that's what he said in the chat. I read.
Okay. I thought you were saying that.
I can't wait for the Authority. Maybe you want to say it like that. I don't know. I have no idea. Ian, you can wait for the Authority. The Authority is the boys' light. It's another version of the Dark Justice League, except this one, Superman and Batman are totally gay and married. Okay. And it was fine back in the day, but it's gonna seem like a blatant boys ripoff. And they're introducing it before the Justice League, which makes
that makes sense.
No sense. And
Do you know what they should have done then? If you want to do that, should have done the JSA. That's what you should have. If that's what you actually want to do,
exactly. And
they
sounds
just
like
did that in Black Adam.
I know.
Oh God.
And guess what was the best part of Black Adam? Dr. Fate.
Dr. Fate.
Oh my God. I really enjoyed Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate.
He was fucking great.
Why would you sacrifice yourself to save an immortal?
I don't know, but he was really cool as Dr. Fate. Didn't make sense. You're right. No,
to be fair, he's probably tired of being Dr. Fate. It's not all like it's not exactly as fucking cool as Pierce Brosnan made it seem. Like it's kind of fucking torturous. So maybe he was just done.
Like the DC universe, dead company. DC, dead.
They are dead as a dodo, mate.
Grendel Vivat for $100. Hail Friday Night Tights on the chat. So happy to see most of you in Houston. Be sure to check out some of the great restaurants. YouTube won't let me say any specific. Why not? And I hope none of your ACs quit on me like mine has for the last month. Yeah, not here. I'd go home.
For 100.
Go home. There is a good Saltgrass is down there.
Oh yeah. Why would YouTube censor the name of restaurants?
Yeah.
Do all your favorite restaurants start with the N-word? Like what the fuck?
Maybe they do.
Want to get some good soul food in Houston. Here's my recommendations.
So
TGN.
Speaking of censored by YouTube, last week we got age restricted. Couldn't tell you why. I mean, 2 weeks before, Melanie Mack and Az were dropping the F-bomb the entire fucking show, and it's still completely monetized. It did great. It's one of really good views. Lauren Chen, the nice mom, shows up.
Yeah.
And fucking it's crazy what they did. But they went back, Chris Gore, and they hit my a woke Hollywood Revolution video, which was like one of Perry's best edited videos. We knew it was going to get tamped down because I'm talking about all the communism in Hollywood. And you know, it was partially inspired by Razor Fist video and like what Bill Maher said at the time, and he was calling that shit out at the time. They called it they called it hate speech. And
really
criticizing communism, they called it hate speech.
Wow.
Was hate
Well,
speech.
if you hate commies,
I do.
Don't you mean instead of wow? Don't you mean Mao?
I see what you did there, Az.
Hey, we couple things. One, we're kind of worried about Cecil. I know some of you guys think this is a joke, but we're concerned about him. We also got to get to the Chrissy Mayers show. But I just want to say I'll be at a booth tomorrow signing copies of Attack of the Doc Blu-ray.
Yeah, boy.
You could watch Normal World. Yesterday we had Chris Gore on. It was a great show. I don't think his vitals are good.
I don't give a shit. You guys ain't going anywhere. We're about to end in like 19 minutes. So you going to duck out early?
Well, no, we're just worried about Cecil with like what is
you got to touch his dick. Well,
Wow.
I think they need to go get garbage bags.
I think they're going to go do something to his corpse that they didn't want us to see.
Well, I was going to say if you touch his dick and he gets hard, you know he's not dead. So.
It could be rigor mortis, you know.
Yeah. I think that's the next time I'm going to get a fucking erection.
The next time?
Or the last time?
I thought you said
no, I think the next time is probably going to be fucking rigor mortis.
Oh my god. Okay, you know what? They're back. They actually didn't leave.
Oh no! What are they doing? No! Oh no!
They're helping him.
He's using my strategy.
If you're in a deep sleep, is it really grape?
Hey,
I don't
where's
know.
Chrissy's show at again, guys? By the way, Chris is going to be at my table tomorrow, right?
I will.
We're at tables, and he'll have his Attack of the Show stuff. I'll have some stuff to sell. Will be right next to me, and he's got books for sale. You're gonna get there morning. I don't
know what time's it open even.
I think it opens at 10.
All right,
like 11.
Someone's read about 1 o'clock with a latte.
Early.
Starbucks.
Nobody tells me nothing around here. I don't know what time it opens, but yeah, I'll be there at some point.
I know.
You can probably check their website.
He's got a really good line and like nice people. And I'm like, okay, we got to go. He's like, for what? I'm like,
Hey, Drinker, maybe one day you'll make it big on YouTube, and then people, they'll talk to you. They'll communicate.
I'm waiting for that day.
I'm still waiting for that day too. Yeah, if it's not happening for you, it ain't happening for me.
Yeah.
Keep trying, kid.
Keep plugging away.
Yep.
I got faith.
People just make videos about how your Barbie take that had like 2 million views is like didn't connect with people for some reason.
I tried all the way to that, and no one.
I know. He is so wild.
I love Copium. I fucking
do.
love it. I love it.
It's fun to watch. It really is.
Why did they just make a video going, I'm really fucking jealous of Will Jordan?
I know, right? Just say it. I mean, be honest.
Yes, just
that should be me. That should be me. I worked for 10 years slaving for my YouTube channel. I worked my ass off as a Star Wars fan for 5 years.
5 years.
That's the truth of the matter.
It'd be more accurate. Yeah, it would be more accurate.
Like, I don't know who you even are.
Yep.
There's so many it could be.
I don't even know who you are. You took everything from me. I don't even know who you are.
For me, it was a Tuesday. I'll find it. I'm sure Eric knows. Eric, do you know the name of the club Chrissy's going to be at, so we can plug it because we're going there. Chris is going there. Garrett's going there. No, he's actually going to.
Proving that none of you know where you're going.
I have no.
It
fucking
is called the Secret Group.
That's such a secret now.
Is it got Alex DeCampi in it and Heidi McDonald and Gail Sloan?
Yeah, the secret group, Houston. Texas.
Okay. You want to start a comedy club called the Whisper Network? Ass.
Yeah.
The next one will be the Echo Chamber.
The Whisper Network. God, that's a good one, X-Ray girl. Well done, lady.
You're not just a genius mathematician after all.
Yeah. My God.
Or thought.
No. Well, hey,
I can't wait till the Cannonball Run. No, we should.
Oh my God.
You're from wait a minute. You're from Europe. Do you know how to drive?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
You guys, I don't need an automatic.
Put me on a tricycle on the way.
I'm old, so I can do a manual in my sleep. Yes. Absolutely.
I love manual cars. They're just so much more fun.
I've been doing it manual for
they all drive their golf carts or whatever the fuck they drive. But yeah, I know how to stick shift. That's what I was trained on. What? No, trained is a bad term. That's the car. I stole my dad's car. And
yeah.
Well, you learned on the job, really.
I learned on the job.
Grand Theft Auto.
I enjoyed driving a stick, but it's fun for a while, and then it gets tiresome. It's like, how am I supposed to fucking text and eat and drive at the same time?
There's Apple CarPlay.
Ryan, practice. Okay. Do you know how to steer? Do you know how to steer with your knee?
With my knee, of course I did, bro.
Okay.
Trust me, it's not a problem on the highway. You're good on the highway. It's just like, whatever.
On
Once
the
you're
mountain road,
just fucking go.
Yeah.
But
You
when
learn how to
you're in
throw
town
your
and you're
burrito up, shift, catch, eat. That's it.
just
You can also
constantly
text or your voice to text at that point. I mean, if you really need to.
Driving, and believe me, I
Well,
tried.
not when eating.
Depends on what you're eating.
Yeah.
Anything with cutlery, you're.
That's the thing. So I just ate the other day. I ate Panda Express while I was driving. I don't know if I would have been able to do it while shifting.
Does that?
I do.
I love Ryan.
I'm hungry as fuck.
That's my boy.
I need.
Yeah, I used to be a delivery driver back in the day. So I did all the things wrong and terrible, but I got good at them. So yeah, I can't wait. So Garrett suggested a no ball run, which is a race across the country between YouTubers. If we can get a sponsorship, Ryan, I'm down with you. We get sponsorship. We absolutely no fucking phones.
Yeah, we're going to put some stipulations on this because I think it'll make it fun and interesting and actually competitive. It would be boring if we were all just racing off the same fucking GPS. That's stupid. It has to be no maps. And I do think we probably should.
I'd love to try that in a country I don't fucking know.
You're the driver. It's fine.
To be fair, Drinker, it's basically going to be like that for all of us. Because if I'm here in Florida, it's not like I know what the fuck's going on New York roads. So we're gonna start in New York and go to LA.
But if you hit 10 or something or 40, you're good. Just stay on that. But if you want to get somewhere faster, you don't need a road, or especially when you get to the west. When you get to the west, the roads are filled with speed traps. But if you deviate off those main roads, there's none, and you can go crazy. So.
It would be interesting to have some checkpoints, right?
We got to have a paper map or a
Cruise in USA.
This is my idea.
I love it.
Listen, we get a fucking sponsor to do this stuff. Do it right. Get an entire fleet, 10 or 12 identical rental cars, right? Whatever those are, and hook those up with cameras, free microphones, everything in there, so we can record the whole thing. And everyone gets the same. What is it, McHenry something road atlas? Whatever those are.
Thomas Brothers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody gets an identical one of those. You can't get any pre-planning in. You can't fucking pre-draw your route. You're just get in there. And then this is also a twist I want to throw in. I think there should be 2 checkpoints before we get to LA at some point in the country, so that we don't know about beforehand, that are just given to us that day.
Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
So like the first day we find out, okay, by the way, you're driving so you get to Nashville.
Yep.
You're like,
Oh,
okay,
and
well,
at
I
the
guess I gotta
checkpoint,
find
you
out.
have to pick something up so we know that you actually got there.
The checkpoint, you pick something up and it tells you where your next place to go is.
Yeah, we gotta have CBs. You gotta have CBs, and and they absolutely have to. We have to shoot this like they do Grand Tour. You put a fucking GoPro in the dashboard, and you fucking shoot everything, every argument, every fart, everything gets shot and gets edited later.
If a policeman pulls us
Harry
over,
Chan's gonna love all that footage.
Unzip my top and show some cleavage.
Yeah, well, for one, plan on getting at least 2 tickets, probably 3 or more.
That's
And-
the
and
sponsor.
All right, I know what to pack.
Lots of low cut tops.
Push up bras, low cut tops.
God, I hope I find a gay cop.
Wanting to wear his assless chaps.
I don't know where the fuck is Garrett? Did they just leave? I guess. Okay.
Yeah, no,
Garrett
Gore
proposed
still
this.
beside the camera. I didn't see him leave.
Hey,
I think they're making sweet love on the other
hey
bed.
boys, what are you guys doing?
I think they just left the body.
Okay, well, yeah, Garrett tweeted about this, and I think we're serious, but it would have to take a sponsor because like some YouTubers can't. It's tough for them to miss. It would be tough for me to miss a week work too.
And a lot of planning equipment.
Someone to pay our legal fees.
Yes.
Extra proceeds going to charity is a very good idea. I think that's fucking fantastic.
Yeah. Charity begins at home, mate. So
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to pay for my gas and shit, especially if I take my.
Oh
F
yeah, I
pill.
saw a finger.
Yeah, he peeked over for a second.
And where's that finger been?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Ask Garrett later.
So it's the secret group 2101 Polk Street, Houston, Texas, 7 p.m. to 8:30. That is
Is there an earthquake going on?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's really quick, Gary. We probably got to end this stream soon.
We probably should end the stream in the next 9 minutes.
Okay. There's 2 more soups.
Chris Mid am I saying this? What's his name here?
Chris Mitty.
Chris Mitty 820. Thank you. Well, yeah, I got a writer right next to me. Why am I asking the mathematician?
I can barely see it from here. I need to get these up.
Oh, yours
No,
blind
I
as
can
me.
see it.
It's okay. I can blow it. Here's my normal size, by the way. If you want to laugh.
Oh, okay.
That's what I normally look at stuff at. It's
Did you just say you can blow it?
I said blow it up. Blow it up. Okay. Gift Chris Mini 820 has gifted 10 Nerdrotic memberships for $50. And Valiant Renegade, what's up, my brother? Thanks for having me on the stream. I was with all the smart financial guys who finished school and know math and stuff, and they let big dummy like me on. It was
That's not
fun.
my crew.
No, it's not my career, dude. As is how I roll, man. Like just from the streets, dumb as fuck. That's us.
Yeah. Daft as a brush. Yep, that's me.
Yep. Dumb as a bag of hammers. That's us. Here's FNT. Thanks for joining us Wednesday night, Gary. Have a great weekend and enjoy. I know my Matsuri drinker. Hop by soon.
Thank you. I'll do my best.
Dude, he had 8,000 people watching a stream, dude.
Nice.
Excellent.
8,000 people.
Amazing.
Fucking dope. And I Valiant, I remember seeing him in my member streams and stuff, and said, I'm going to start a channel. And he did. And he's doing great. It's awesome. I love seeing it. Angela Richter has gifted 5 Nerdrotic members, $25. Thank you, Angela. 9.9% represent the ladies out there. We love you. All 9.9%. We know there's more, and you're all using your boyfriend or husband's channel. That's fine. That's fine.
Yes, men are notorious for allowing people to use their phones.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. It's all definitely on the PC and on the TV. The phone now.
Yeah. I want to see a phone. Oh, good fucking you.
I'm probably the only guy who, like, my wife can like just go through my phone. I don't give a shit.
Oh, Mark's like that too.
Yeah, me too.
And you go through it, don't you, X-Ray girl?
No. It takes too much effort.
Now you're thinking about it, though.
Hey, there's a heat warning in effect.
Oh, right. I'm glad we know.
It must hit over 105.
Welcome to Texas.
Welcome to Texas.
It's been freezing today,
I know, right under the air conditioning. I know I've had down to like 68 degrees, and I'm like, well, I want drinker to feel at home. So like maybe we can make it rain and 8 degrees.
Even for me, this is like kind of chilly in here.
But none of us can get up to fix it. So, hey, we're going to wrap it up there. I'll get the rest on a square up. I'm going to be doing it this weekend. So I'm shooting for Saturday night late while everybody's there's a rave. They can all go party at the rave, and I will do a live stream. I will skip the rave. I know you're going to be huge at the rave there. You're going to be out there dropping E with your fucking glow sticks.
Mad for it. I can't get enough of that.
Hell yeah.
Some glow stick ninjing.
Put it back like it's 1994.
Hell yeah. Listening to Daft Punk. Right on. Daft Punk's actually really good.
It is.
Matsuri, those are the dates. So it's 10 a.m. It opens at 10. I'm not going to be there at 10. Don't get a table at 10. I won't be there. 11. I'll be up at 9, but it takes me like 2 hours to get going because I'm old.
Bloody hell.
You got to do your hair.
Sorry, I'm not sorry. I've got to do my hair. Yeah, this hair doesn't do itself, guys. Come on. All right.
This hair does.
It does.
Wow.
Oh, my favorite part was when you were shaving your head post live stream and your mic would pick. So your mic's cardio, right? So it would pick up every time you'd hit the buzz thing. So while you're talking, it goes, I'm shaving your fucking head. We can't understand you. How long? We talked for like an hour after the real BBC. We're super.
Maybe it was a while. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a while. Az, what you got coming up?
Sunday afternoon tea with Az, 2 p.m. UK time, 6 p.m. Sunday fun day for gamming. Next week's going to be a weird week. Mr. Pork Chop up, my broski from Another Moski's up here from Monday to Friday. So other stuff could happen. I am a talentless person on Cameo. And if you go to Cameo Heel versus Babyface, you can order yourself a custom video where I will say what you want to do, talk about what you want to do. My videos tend to be about 2 to 3 minutes long, but it's personalized to yourself. Go check it out. Want me to roast you? I'll roast you. Want me to, but be careful because I fucking go scorched earth. Okay. That's what a roast is. I will say nice things to you. I will dump your boyfriend or girlfriend. I'll even ask a potential one out. I'll even talk comics. I talked comics with somebody today. Well, I mean, I did the talking, but they wanted me to talk about certain things. So I did that. I've got a birthday request to do. I've got to pretend to be a cat or talk to a cat. I get another one and another one I haven't looked at because there's even another one there. So I'm gonna do those after the show. So yeah, get me on Cameo. I'm a whore. I'll do anything.
It's about to get weird.
Well, that's true. Not surprised there. Thanks, Az. Ryan, what you got coming up?
Nothing. Just same old. My channel, Sports Wars, Geeks and Gamers, all that good stuff.
8 videos a day.
Trying.
Comics.
Well, finally launched the Mixed Tees store this week. So if you go to mixedtees.com/beachpunk, you can get your Make America Beach Again shirt. And I live stream every Monday and Thursday, 9 p.m. Central. And we moved Yelling Up Park Cars to Wednesday at 8 p.m. over on Rumble. It's a Rumble exclusive because you can't talk politics on YouTube anymore.
Hail the Mixed Tees guys.
Yeah, they're great.
Good dudes. They do my t-shirts too.
Oh, I thought about one thing. I'm starting to post a little bit more on RK Outpost Live, my second channel. I just posted a 4-minute brutal review of the entire Pixar universe, every Pixar movie. Basically what I think about it in like 5 seconds or less. So go check that out.
Check it
RK
out.
Outpost Live.
Right on. Yeah, get that channel going, baby.
Yeah.
Odin, what you got coming up?
What's up? School's back, so I'm Mr. Odin once again. You can check me out over at OMB Reviews. I have live streams every Tuesday and Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, and come on by tomorrow.
Well, the school's back. This is my kid's last year of school. So this is his last first day. My youngest. So
nice.
Sad. It's like, like when you take your kid trick-or-treating for the last time. This is like that, but 1,000 times worse. I'm gonna try to enjoy this school year. Oh, here, let's take a look. Look at this real quick. Or not?
Are you talking about this?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a different angle.
I like that you put a glass of water there for him.
Just in case.
Yeah, it's called evidence. So you let me
It shows that they kind of care.
X-Ray Girl, what you got coming up?
Sunday fun day, lots of gaming. I'm playing Baldur's Gate. I think I've met Shad's lover. And yeah, and there is one more super chat.
All right.
Here. Do you want to read it or?
Yeah, good to see Frost got a job with the UK police. I was gonna tweet that and I fucking chickened out.
Oh,
you should have.
I swear I was gonna tweet that. Well done, mate. Thank you for the $100. You know what? I felt like I was gonna hit send, and I'm like, maybe I'm getting soft. I said Frost has had enough. I think we've had enough. I think I'm done.
Softy.
I'm a big softy. What can I say?
Rapino has replaced.
Yeah, he's doing it right now.
I tweeted out that it was Megan Rapino. Yeah, it's like Megan Rapino got a job with it.
But well done, Robert. Like, tweet that out. I chickened out, so I can't do it now. Fuck that bitch, by the way. That made me so fucking mad.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, the cop?
So fucking mad. Oh.
Talk about abusing your power.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
She's
There was a bunch of cowards there that day.
She's gonna have a really fucking hard time, though. She's like fucking one of the most hated people in the world.
She's be fired for that.
Oh well. Could have happened to a nicer twat.
16-year-old autistic girl. She was screaming. She was hitting herself in the head. She was distressed. Like, that stuff infuriates me.
So evil.
But that one who looked like a lesbian was mad. So
and she didn't care. She said, "I don't care if she's autistic.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're a fucking lesbian. I don't give a shit." So, hey, Will, what you got coming up?
Hey. Yeah, this weekend is all about just surviving the con, so I'm going to do my best to get through that and make it back to the UK in one piece, and then I'll pick up the pieces after and decide what I'm going to do my next video on. I'm not quite decided yet.
I haven't. I do not have a clue. We're kind of a lull right now.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
Yeah,
Well,
till Ahsoka comes out.
Oh,
God. That's right. That's a thing.
I'm a Ahsoka myself when I watch that.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Blue Beetle next week.
Oh, yeah, that's right, Blue Beetle.
Oh, yeah, we have to keep reminding ourselves that's the thing.
I think people are going to go, haha, it flopped, and then forget about it like
5 seconds later.
Short-term
That's
memory.
the first 5 minutes of watching it in the cinema, though.
It will. I remember
This is gonna flop.
You know what? It's going to be funny that Black Adam will probably be the best of the lot. So, out of all of them, what have we had so far? We've had Black Adam. We've had Flash. I feel like I'm missing one. Am I missing one, Ryan? Was that?
Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods.
Oh,
with Rachel Zegler.
Oh, very forgettable one.
I forgot. Black Adam is better than both of those movies.
Yeah.
Black Adam was definitely better. It's not good, but it was
And
better.
it's not good. It's like a 4.5 or something.
Dr. Fate. That's pretty much why I like Black Adam. So. It'll be interesting. So yeah, look forward to your video, whatever it'll be.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, cheers. And thanks to everyone in the chat. Thanks to everyone who left a super chat and donation. You help keep the lights on, Nerdrotics. We love you. Hope to see some of you tomorrow. And if you are in the area, we're going to Chrissy's show. I'm pretty sure there's tickets still available. You can go nab a ticket. And it is at the Secret Group, 2101 Polk Street. Starts in 27 minutes. So we got to go. So
join us.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.
All right.
God damn, Gary. Some serious gourmet. What flavor is this? That's right, it's the all-hell medium roast private blend. Check out the Geek Grind Coffee Nerdrotic page for our other options like the Decadent, Feathers of Liberty, vanilla-infused flavored coffee. Or if you're looking for something darker, try the Dark Roast FNT blend of the Fellowship. You know what? Just buy all 3. GeekGrindCoffee.com. Use discount code Nerdrotic.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Dame, dame.